was gonna make
On
a
this
joke, and now I
episode
don't know
of
if I can
Dungeons
make
and
it.
DoorBreakers, Kaylin continually forgets her own existence. Colress remains a big fucking nerd. Jada rolls another fucking death saving throw, and I become a fucking god. What was that? No?
No, I don't think
sure
so on
you
that last
did,
one.
bud. I think you're misremembering things.
That's next week.
I really wanted to do the.
Wait, what did you say?
I performed.
I said that's next week.
Damn. Don't give it away. Okay, fine. How's this one? I performed
After one of those
the ancient
minor
elixir
gods
of
that
cock
just
and ball
performs
torture.
punishment rolls.
I
Oh,
perfect the
God.
cock and ball torture elixir. And our dungeon master continually spirals into anxiety and depression.
I'm already way down there. It's already happened. So,
Oh no, you're digging so deep that gravity is becoming inverted. You
okay,
breached to the
yeah.
other side, and now
That
somehow
makes
there's a whole
sense,
new
yeah.
level.
I'm fixing to go up into China then, huh?
Dude, doing that in Astroneer is such a pain.
You can't really see. That's a shame.
What can't you see?
The text.
Oh, because Kaylin's in the way.
Well, it's
Nah,
a bit
it's
blurry,
more the
too.
background
Yeah.
that kind of blends.
Is it?
It would
Are
go
you
so much
streaming at
better if my
1080?
fucking dog wasn't distracting me. He keeps on biting my goddamn fucking toes!
Because on 1080 it looks okay. It's just the text blends in with the background because there's not sort of an outline to it.
how am I doing? 1080.
So, welcome back, everyone. It has
My
been
dog is trying to pull my socks off my fucking feet. Get out of here!
It has been a few weeks since we have been live.
New year.
Happy
Same
New
stupidity.
Year. Yeah, New Year. Same dumb
New
shit.
year, new nothing.
Nothing's changed. We're still dumbasses, as you can tell. So, for anyone that might have been in our last stream before we've come back, I think that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point. So I hope you had a very nice long break away from us because I'm sure it was needed. But if you were in our last stream, we were also streaming episode 20 at the time. However, we decided because it was sort of a shorter episode and we were missing a player, we were kind of going to be redoing the episode, but keeping a lot of the same elements that happened in the episode. We're just going to kind of rush through it so that way it doesn't take up too much time.
That and we lost the video.
Yes, but that kind of made me decide like, hey, this is actually a good idea.
Secondary reason.
They got stuck to the Shadow Realm.
Because honestly, speaking as the DM that didn't do very much in that last episode was kind of boring.
It was.
It was a boring episode. Yeah.
It was
mostly
kind
just
of
me doing strategy.
Yeah, it was a lot of just random strategy talk, which
Uh,
isn't like a bad thing, but we spent like an hour on it, so
We basically went from a Dungeons and Dragons stream to a Civ stream.
yeah. So
I'm
The most
RTSing
exciting
life.
thing that happened last time was that I got 69 green bands.
Yeah.
You actually rolled 69 of them.
I did.
what did I get? I remember getting potions of healing. As well
yeah,
as
we only got
glass
some
vials.
Everybody got potions of healing except for me because I am Healy Boy
He is
anyways.
the healer.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got
So-
spice pouches, glass blowers tools, I think.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Glass files.
I got some gamer ogre earwax candles.
God damn it.
Oh my god, you did, didn't you? Yeah, I actually forgot that I said it was like ogre earwax probably. And then even posted the gift of Shrek from Shrek 1 making his candles.
So
I just made a joke
yeah.
about it, and I think we just rolled with it.
Here's we
we
do.
made-
apparently.
we
That's
got
basically this
some
entire
minor
campaign,
league.
let's be honest.
I'm not gonna
That's
stare at
just a
Dice
good
Cloud
D&D
because it's
campaign.
awful. So
Huh?
I
What do you
had
mean?
Dice Cloud up and it was just fucking blinding me.
Flashbang!
So
I
anyway,
mean, like this?
yes, exactly like that. Rivals Discord light mode, honestly. Both are awful.
I just watched
Excel
that
is
happen
probably the
on
worst.
stream.
Excel
Not if
is
you use it
pretty
in
bad,
dark
but you
mode.
can use it in dark mode. Which, if you're not doing,
Fucking idiot.
so,
I pity the fool that uses Excel in light mode.
true.
The fool that uses Excel.
Yeah.
As somebody
Yeah.
who went through over 5,000 Excel files last semester, fuck you.
yeah, I've
Why I
It's
said I
pity,
pity.
Max.
Yeah.
You're forgetting what that word means.
I think you were
No,
looking for
I'm saying
thank
fuck you because you're reminding me of it.
Oh, that's fair, I guess.
I see. Okay.
Non-flashbacks.jpg. Alcohol.
So. In our episode 19, which would have been our last episode, and that was literally like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So, I would not blame my players and viewers if it is not fresh on the mind.
Oh no, I
it is.
could not forget that
Yeah,
session.
it was a pretty memorable session.
I wrote out a copy pasta as
Oh,
the experience reminder.
Oh yeah.
Ambushing a small group of goblins is easy. Getting ambushed by goblins, alerting the rest of the group, letting them escape back to their camp, and warning all the others sucks. Getting caught inside the goblin camp during this is worse.
Yeah, that's a you thing, mate.
Yeah.
Getting caught in the blast radius of your own bomb sucks. Getting trashed by the summon of the goblins you underestimated is worse. Sitting out all but
Still
one round of combat sucks. Sitting out all but one round of combat because you might be dead and don't actually know is worse. Being robbed by goblins while you're unconscious sucks. Nearly dying because your party are greedy and prideful is worse. Being humiliated by 4 goblins is unacceptable.
Don't worry.
Priceless.
We're gonna have some fun with these goblins.
The next line is, we
That was
better get a
good.
level up after we commit actual hate
Somebody take a
crimes.
screenshot.
I saw.
Did you not see him pull it up on mid during your story?
I saw him pull it up on stream. I usually don't have the Discord video open.
Oh, I mean that's fair. I have that.
usually have Discord video open because
Something is gonna.
You might
happen.
feel a
it's in
slight
real
sawing.
time.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm a trained professional.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Okayado Sensei for making Monster Musume. Just godlike man.
What a random shout out.
I spent
It's your
Yeah,
random
I
shout out to
spent
Monster
10
Musume.
hours within the last 24 hours doing
Oh
nothing but
my
consuming Monster Girl content. My brain is broken.
Translation:
no.
He has been jacking off to Monster Girls.
Oh
I
no,
haven't though.
not yet. That's what the last 10 hours was for.
That comes later.
I haven't though. I was just
I know,
watching
I
anime
know.
and reading manga.
I know we're just fucking with you.
I'm a broken man.
Anyway,
So, yeah. So, in our episode 19, the party attempted completing a Adventure Guild contract, and where they attempted to take on a encampment of goblins, which numbered in the 40s or so.
keyword attempted.
Yes.
Hey
They
man, we did
were-
pretty good.
Yeah, they were like 90% successful.
Being captured.
90%
80.
successful.
Yeah.
80%.
80%. I was being nice, but alright. Hey,
Well, they
actually,
were-
hold on.
sorry, no, it is more than 80, isn't it? I think it is probably 90, isn't it?
Because I'm also counting the
There
fact
There
that
were
you
only 4
technically,
left out of 40.
yeah,
I don't know.
technically you've also captured the encampment, so you kind of did what you
so
was
that is
requested
actually,
of you.
It is actually 90%.
Yeah.
Can we get paid?
That I was
you
thinking
returned
20,
it in?
not 90. or
Quick,
20, not 40.
Everybody, make sure that we're on the lookout. Because I swear to God, if there's another set of Indians, motherfucker!
Anyways.
You good?
Garvey,
no-
get back in the fucking Fallout universe. You don't belong here.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
I had to make sure the text was the most important thing, Kirby.
I'm fixing it. Hold on.
Oh shit.
What text are we talking about?
I'm
What did I
fixing
miss?
my background.
In his background.
Oh,
What's up with my hair?
You just said it's nice. So,
I disagree.
yeah.
Don't worry, Brandon. You look fine.
After the various
I know.
experiences that the party had to go through in this attempt of fairly, it was not that bad, I guess. You guys effectively were effective for the first,
98% of the fight.
I was gonna say like 60%, but yeah.
I
Unfortunately,
sat out all but one round of combat.
Unfortunately, things did not go
bad.
your way towards the latter half of combat, and resulted in Jada nearly losing her life, on top of others coming close to the cold grip of death. Ogden, however,
I later
was fine.
learned that I didn't fail a singles death save.
You didn't.
And
They just stabilized you for
also
hostage
the-
purposes.
reason that what we did primarily during our last session, which is up in the air and lost to the
Well, yeah,
lost
I
to the
was gonna
sands of time.
get to that.
We're just gonna do
We
that
just-
again, Max.
Be
Don't
quiet
worry.
so I can finish, and then we can play D&D.
Right.
But so in sort of the half episode that we did last time, our original episode 20, there's just various bits of planning which we won't re-talk about, I guess, and we won't summarize it. We'll kind of let you guys decide.
Wait, so we get a redo of last session?
Not
You're
really.
We
not been
only need
paying
to fill
attention
in
at
Brendan with most
That's
of what
true.
we're doing. since
Roach
he
wasn't
here.
there for last session. But yeah, pretty much the party sat around, talked, discussed what went wrong, discussed what went well, and discussed what the fuck do they do next time.
Rob
I,
them
of
and
course,
commit hate crimes.
don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
I'm in charge of our planning strategies.
Yeah.
So the nice thing about D&D is you can talk about it at various points in time. So the party then proceeded to go into
I'll be back.
proceeded to go into the encampment to find that the 4 goblins that were still alive had evacuated. And yeah, they were gone. You guys did actually, if I recall, see the group that they left with, which were just some mysteriously hooded figures that you could not make out
Hooded
too many
humanoid
details.
figures.
Yeah.
That's all we really got.
Yep.
They were also
We just
larger
assumed
than.
hobgoblins.
Yes, they were larger than the goblins.
Yeah,
Medium
so
sized, but larger than the goblins, obviously.
my money's on hobgoblins, but whatever.
What money is on them for what?
Being the hooded figures, I guess.
Oh.
Yep.
So yeah, you guys entered into the encampment, looked around, found the crates that the goblins had stolen from various caravans. Inside, you found several healing potions and other components to make potions, such as glass vials. There's other random raw material that you guys found. So you guys know what you got. It's nothing crazy important that we need to go through entirely.
Just a bunch of knick-knack stuff
Yeah.
that I will
and
end
then
up using
I
later.
believe the only thing that you were not able to get into was a chest that appears to be magically locked. Not chest, a crate. So
There's magical fuckery afoot.
Ogden, you might remember. Did I give you any names for the prisoners that you were talking
You only
to?
told me their races. You only told me there's a female elf, there's a
Male elf.
A male elf, a goblin, and I don't know what the other one was.
I believe it was a male human.
Yeah, human.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think.
It was. I'm assuming this is going. This is. I'm gonna make this clear as Ogden as well. I'm pretty sure this is another adventuring party that took up the contract before us.
As far as we could tell, their goblin prisoner was one of them who misbehaved.
No, he was a part of their party.
Yeah.
According to the
one of the other party members.
according to the elf.
Yep.
The only
We
one
had
that was
a-
awake.
I believe we have a trapped box.
I
Yeah, and
mentioned
I was
that.
gonna go check and make sure there's no traps on the tent that the prisoners are in.
Yeah,
No,
You
not the
guys,
tent, the cages.
Ogden's already in there.
the cages.
Ogden
Well, I
already
know, but
checked.
he went in quick. He went in
That's fair.
like
Okay.
through a slit in the side.
Yeah. We'll pick up with Chorus, you checking for traps. You guys are all we'll say Jada and Kaylin are carrying the crate and taking it over to Ogden. Chorus, you're checking for traps.
Good.
Ogden, you're still in there
It's
with the prisoners.
24.
Should
Okay.
we mention that the dice rolling
Oh,
channel is
yes.
now
Thank you.
publicly visible in the
yeah.
I almost
the
forgot about
Discord?
So yeah, if you are in our Discord and you're ever curious about our rules, so that way you can maybe see modifiers and whatnot and stuff like that. Our dice channel is now public. Anyone can view it. So if you're ever curious and maybe we don't say the number in a roll, you'll be able to see it in there. You can also see stats from stuff like that. So
You can also enjoy our suffering.
yes,
That is the sheets command.
you will also be able to see my rolls, which is also nice.
Unless you do your secret.
Yes, which I only do if
Yeah.
you guys would have no reason to know it's happening.
Yeah. Yep.
But thanks for reminding me to grab out my dice. It also gives me
I
an
got
excuse
two
to
more
use
sets
What
of
are
my
these
dice.
dice? You mean math rocks?
Sorry,
Yeah.
shiny math
I got-
rocks.
I got 2 new sets of math rocks for Christmas.
Nice.
I
Um,
only have my most recent one.
I
I mean, I've got several. Just
so yeah, my I need to change my mic around and stuff because the rolling my dice actually gets picked up on the mic for the stream.
Nice.
It doesn't have all the same suppression that
Got
Discord
these.
uses.
See.
I wonder how that is. Still can be heard.
I got some purple, they'll show up
Oof.
purple and gold and green and gold Chessex. That's
This is something I should have done before the
Unopened?
stream, but it's
are
whatever.
they unopened? Because it's not easy
Uh,
to see them on your camera.
let's see, that's
Oh,
purple and
nice.
gold there.
We have a channel for
Mm.
this, you know.
We do. Maybe I'll just take pictures and post them in the math rock channel.
Do that.
Yes.
Or I'll be lazy and not do that.
All right. So, Chorus, you said you got a 24. I keep forgetting that the dice channel is in a
24,
different
yeah.
place, so I have to that must worry me out. All right. Yeah. So you look around. It does not appear to be trapped.
I guess I'll work on unlocking the cages if I can.
Okay. So yeah, you come in.
Well, actually, are they locked?
Yes.
Well,
I don't-
then
I
I'll
don't-
call for Jada.
Yeah.
Unless there's a key just laying around
No.
outside.
Not
But,
that convenient. I'm sorry.
If
You're
they're
not
just
sorry.
locked, I'm gonna do my thing and unlock that.
All right.
Yeah.
Go
Sorry,
ahead
I
and
was
give
just
me.
gonna-
Well,
Let me.
do you guys want to talk to the
Remember-
prisoners more first, or just go ahead and unlock them?
Yeah.
I'd say we go ahead and unlock them.
Why are you in there?
That's a great question to ask. Let's do that.
They probably did something similar to what we did.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually going to
You're
do
what
while
he's-
you're
Well, I mean,
While
they're
you're
all in there
unlocking
with
that,
you.
I'm asking
Except
them their story.
marginally worse than what we did. Very, very slightly worse. They just all got captured instead of one of them.
These tools a check I can make? No, it's not.
It's not.
yeah, you just
You
usually
know,
use
you
that.
just have-
Usually do stealth
Yeah, or
Oh,
stealth.
yeah,
I don't
stealth
know.
because it has all the
disadvantage.
same bonuses.
Yeah. Stealth with disadvantage, so it cancels out the advantage I would get on stealth from the cloak of the bat.
Boy,
That is a
17.
17 to unlock them. So unlock the first one, I guess.
Yeah, I'm definitely not getting names for the characters right now.
What?
Yeah, that's
You're not
crazy.
gonna name them? That's heresy.
Hey, what's your name?
We don't remember.
Which one?
The Goblin.
Fuck.
Why not?
I'm going to.
I remember a male human, a male goblin, and a female elf, right?
And a male elf.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a
Gotcha.
melf and a filth.
Of course, you ask for the only character that didn't have the name for yet. Fuck you.
Of
Perfect.
course.
Goblin.
Goblin. I actually have names for all the 4 surviving Goblin leaders, by the way.
We don't care.
I know.
We're going
but
to kill
I'm
them
saying I
before
have
they
them.
can speak.
Their pronouns are going to be was and were by the time we get done with them.
Exactly.
By the time I'm done with them, the only thing that'll be left of them is a shadow burned into the wall.
Yeah.
That's rich. So, okay.
Or
So
is this
Ogden, you were
not,
asking them their story, pretty much, right? Or sorry, not Chorus. Ogden.
Kaylin was asking, I think.
Yeah.
How did they get
I think it was kind of a combined. Someone was.
Yeah,
asking.
I'm trying to help them out of the cages and tend to their wounds because they've been cramped in that for a while.
Yeah.
That fucks up your body, man.
They're probably
That
not
fucks up.
wounded. They're probably just exhausted.
Can
You
I
can
help
like
you?
there's dried
Huh?
blood. It's clear that they were injured. They've kind of just been left to heal, kind of, but not really.
They've had a long rest.
Yeah, they've had a long rest. Hey.
They're adventurers.
Oh my god. But they're not.
We
you know,
suppose they're adventurers.
they're
We
not
don't know.
superhumans like the main party of a fucking D&D game. So, the male elf, I believe, was malnourished and extremely frail looking.
All of them were malnourished to some degree.
The male one was the worst.
More so.
From what you could see.
Wasn't he also the most beaten up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Him and the male goblin. So you'll go left to right, releasing them, I assume, Jada. So you'll be releasing the male elf first. He's still like on sort of the cusp of being conscious. So you guys have to kind of help him and get him out. He can't really stand on his feet.
As soon as his door is open, I'm going to step aside and basically assume that Ogden's going to do something.
Yeah. Ogden, you'll kind of help him up and set him down. You can faintly hear as he whispers thank you. It seems like he has not very much energy to speak, but he managed to get his gratitude out at the very least.
I'm going to gesture over to who else is in the tent? Everybody?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. I'm gonna go look over to Chorus and Kaylin, and I'm gonna ask them to see if they can find anything to help me prop their heads up. Kind of like a pillow.
I guess I need to look around.
All right. Give me a perception check. If both of you are looking, both of you give me a perception check.
I don't want them choking on their own blood.
I'll give Jada advantage with the help.
Wait,
I think.
what are you doing?
No, Jada is working on the
who's looking around?
crates.
I was.
Oh.
Yeah, Kaylin. And you.
I'll give help action then. It's gonna be better than me rolling.
That's fair.
What am I
There,
doing?
hey!
Hey,
Alright, so Kaylin, you look around. In this tent, there's nothing. You wander around the camp real quick, and don't find a pillow, but you find like blankets. You find sets of blankets. They're a bit gnarly. It's clear that they were being used by goblins. But they're the best thing you have.
Okay.
If one of you has prestidigitation, which I think one of you does, you could clean
More
it.
than
yeah, I have prestige.
I think you and Jada both have it.
Make this
Yep.
shit smell like cinnamon rolls.
Prestidigitation.
So,
Damn.
before Ogden, before you set him down, kind of use like bunching up the blankets so it makes a makeshift pillow. The best thing that you could get. Of course, you clean it real quick so that way it's just not some nasty, gnarly, shit infested goblin blanket. And then set it and bunch it up for him so that way he can lay his head on it. That's the first prisoner taken care of. Jade, if you want to go ahead and roll for the next one.
All right. $26.
Nice. All right. Yeah, no issue. You pop the lock open. It's super smooth. You like stick it in there, and like within a second of sticking the lockpick in, it's just instantly already unlocked, and you just move it aside and go to the next one. Yeah, this is the female elf. She's in a bit better condition. She steps out on her own, or crawls out. Not the biggest of cages. She crawls out and thanks all of you before kind of walking over to the male elf and getting on her knees and kind of checking on them, inspecting their wounds. Yeah. Next is the human elf. Or sorry, fucking
Human
what?
elf.
Male human.
Half elf.
Wow.
Severin of the blind elderly kids.
Yeah, I was just looking at the words elf and human, and they just both came out. So, it happens. So yeah. Jade, if you want to go and roll for that.
My minimum roll here is 12. Do I even need to roll?
Yes.
Okay. There's a 22.
Yeah. Yeah. This one you once again unlock with relative ease. The human, he's kind of like a mix of the two elves. He's crawls out on his own and then like tries standing up, and clearly is like too lightheaded and kind of almost falls back down. And then catches himself and then kind of like holds his arms out as he's trying to get his balance, and he's
I'm gonna try to basically like keep him just like sit your ass down, son.
but once he kind of balances himself out and
will-
gives himself a second, he is fine.
I will assist only if I'm the closest person. Otherwise, I'm going to leave all of that to the medical
Yeah.
professional.
He'll look over around at all of you and say, "Thank you." Then kind of pace. You'll watch as he'll actually like step out of the tent. You can see him just start pacing back and forth. Seems like he just kind of wants to stretch his legs more than anything. So
This is
yeah,
the human, right?
yes.
Okay.
Lastly is the goblin, who has been fairly disinterested. He's not really. You're not sure if he's even awake. He's just kind of been bunched up in a corner of his cage, and it's just like back to all of you. You don't see any.
I'm gonna
What'd you say?
ask him if he's okay.
You do see on his back that there are old whip marks. He was clearly whipped at some point, and the marks just didn't really go away ever. So it was clearly a very deep cut.
Those bastards.
You don't. There's no telling if it was the goblins, because like I said, it appears old.
I'm gonna think it was the goblins.
Okay.
Anyway,
Um,
just give me more reason to kill them, please. Just
It's
add it on.
as far as with the information we have available, it's as likely as it isn't. So
We don't know for certain. Oh my god, the fucking background was superimposed on your food. As it went into your mouth, you were eating your background.
That's amazing.
It's like that shit from Chowder. You remember that?
Anti-goblin prejudice.
How the fucking like the color palette was always
Yeah.
fixed, and they would move along it.
That's
Yep. I didn't see it, but I'm sure I'll see it in the playback sometime.
Great. So, this goblin doesn't really stir even when you talk to it, Galen. But Jade, if you want to go ahead and unlock it, if you so choose.
I'm going to look over to the others, or to the human, and ask, "What's your Like, what's with your friend here?
Uh,
Also, what's your whole story?
Nat 20 to unlock the
Damn.
cage.
Okay.
I just walk over to it, pull out like a small metal rod, and just knock the pins out of the hinge, and just remove the door.
It's just locked with a master lock.
Okay.
Just master lock, just go, and it opens.
You basically you go to reach for the
Oh my
for the
God.
latch, and then the door swings open due to a gust of wind.
It's intimidated.
Oh my God. So, the human will kind of peek his head back in after you prompt talking to him, Ogden. He'll say, his bad history with being locked up in goblin camps. Kind of send him back to a dark place, I guess.
Mm.
As for our story, well, I take it we kind of have the same story. I assume you accepted the Adventurers Guild contract?
Yep.
So did we.
We had no idea there would be prisoners. I'm glad I checked before we firebombed the whole place.
Well, there were prisoners before we got here, too. They were sold off right
Where did-
before we got captured. Or right as we got captured.
So the goblins are slavers?
All right, another
No.
tally mark to the reasons to kill these motherfuckers. Okay.
Not exactly their profession. They don't seek it out, but if people come to them,
Opportunistic.
exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Unfortunately, most adventurers see goblins and think it's easy.
Yeah, you can take one look at me and tell that that's what I did.
A lot of people underestimate goblins, and that's usually leads to a series of bad decisions. Looking just slowly over to Caleb.
Probably the goblins' number one strength. Look, I wasn't underestimating them. I wasn't trying to fight
No,
them.
I
was
said
trying to
Kalen.
sneak in.
Anyone didn't really underestimate them either, I guess, but no one in your group really underestimated them. Maybe as you guys as like a whole
I did.
party did, but
What was the domino effect that's like going
Yeah.
off? And
We
this
took out the first group of them so easily, we
Yeah.
kind of figured the rest would be easy too.
exactly.
I think. Yeah.
Well, I didn't. Just Kalen walked off and was like. That was also a good portion of what that
We should probably
last
keep
session
that
was.
in mind while we track down those last four. Especially since they seem to have reinforcements now.
Did any of you happen to see what those reinforcements look like? Are they hobgoblins? Are they orcs?
Oh,
No, I could briefly hear conversation. Sounded like it was in common.
Do you make out any of it?
I have a few words.
I'm assuming most of
Nothing
them were
really.
obscenities.
I mean, it was like a few things like put the cargo on the horses, or as much cargo on the horses, or something like that. That's pretty much all I really heard. I think it was as they were walking to the cargo tent over there. That's pretty much the only time I could hear them.
Most of what they have is pretty normal, mundane stuff. They probably took anything actually valuable with them. But we did find one crate they didn't take that seems to have a magical trap or lock or something.
I know nothing
It's
of
not
that.
a lock that I can just pick.
Just
Definitely
nudging me.
something that's just going to go off. So he's going to do it.
I'm going to just reply to Jada's like, I will get on that as soon as I make sure that everybody isn't going to die.
I was assuming as much.
Also, this is really going to be like need to really assess the situation of. So we pretty much cleared out the cargo tent, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, we cleared out the cargo tent. This is the prisoner tent. What about the command tent?
Not really gotten into it yet.
Exactly.
I call dibs.
if there's anything even left in there, I doubt they would leave anything
Dibs.
of importance in there. But we can check it.
Hey, when people are in a rush, they
people are in a rush,
miss
yeah.
things.
Um,
We already have the two familiars, one on trailing duty,
If
the
I
other
recall,
on Overwatch.
both were recalled.
They were, yeah.
Chorus's
So-
was
One
killed.
was killed, the other
Yeah,
was
Chorus's
recalled.
was killed. Jada, yours was recalled.
Yeah, and then
And-
as we came here, we sent one to go with.
Yeah, I believe it was
Goblin's still
Jada's.
Yeah, one of them went to trail the party. The other is currently circling above the area to give warning if if they're coming back.
So, you'll hear as the female elf will speak
Yeah.
up and say, Jester, can you check on Bighead? And he'll look over at the crate and say, yeah, all right, bud. Don't bite my hand off. And he'll like start reaching into the crate and like right as he goes to like pat on the back of the goblin, you watch as the goblin like spins around, grabs his hand, and like pulls him down. And he's like, "Oh fuck, bro! It's just me. It's just me."
Bad touch.
And you'll watch as the goblin is now like fully turned around. You can see it. He's missing an ear. It appears to be an older wound for sure. You can see that it's just kind of like a just nub. And you can see that there's various scars on his face and front of his body. But yeah, I mean, you could kind of tell from the back, but looking at him from the front, he's like absurdly muscular as a goblin. Like he could probably pick up Ogden and throw him. It's kind of like your initial like, oh fuck.
All right.
Goblin barbarian.
Yeah, like
let's
he
go.
is jacked.
Is he an actual barbarian? Please tell me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Let's fucking go.
You'll watch as he kind of like crawls out of the crate. Fuck, I can't speak today. So
You're good. bro. You're good.
you watch as he crawls out of the crate and will stand up and like stretch before like turning around and looking over at the elf on the ground and we'll just kind of walk over and just like in a hushed tone he'll just say, "Are you okay?" Doesn't really appear to be like a response, but he just kind of, you can see as the elf kind of like holds his hand up a little bit and just gives a thumbs up. And you'll watch as
I'd
the
like to roll
goblin.
insight on that thumbs up.
It's
Go
all right.
ahead.
Just sitting here.
I think
Bleeding
he's
internally.
lying. He's not
NPD.
okay.
I'm going to
Well,
You can
What do
see
I
he's
have to roll
visibly
to-
in pain.
medically diagnose
okay,
the situation
that's all
here.
I thought.
Medicine?
Just roll. Yeah. It's like, am I able to just roll medicine to?
Either
Do I have to do it
medicine
for
or
each of them, or
insight.
can I just do a blanket?
It would have to be for each.
Alright then.
I would say if you want to do a blanket, like gloss over, it would be perception.
Okay. Well, I have a +8 to medicine, so I'm not gonna do that. And I have a +1 to perception, so. Alright.
Okay.
A lot of 15s we're getting. A lot of base 15s. we're getting.
Who specifically are you checking on right now?
The one that is the most seriously, injured looking.
Okay,
One who
so
looks
that'd
the
be
most seriously
the
injured.
male elf.
Yeah.
So giving him a look through, giving him a look over, you can see that there's a lot of bruises on his body. He kind of, as you like kind of touch his body and feeling around, you kind of hear like the small like winces in pain as you touch certain spots. You don't really have a way to check for any like interior bleeding, really. There's not
We need
really
to just get them back to the city.
there's not really fantasy equipment for doing that in the field randomly. You might sure there'd be some
X-ray
magic
vision.
that you could do, but you
I
don't
mean,
really
you could-
have.
you can
Can
tell
we
if
just
somebody's
prescribe them
bleeding.
8 hours of rest. That fixes it.
Well, you can tell if somebody's bleeding internally if there is a very dark purple, almost brownish splotch.
Not if
Yeah.
it's deep internally.
Yeah, if it's deep enough, you might not be able to see it.
Then again, it does kind of pool.
Depends on which part
Yeah,
of the
you
body.
probably
I mean, if we're
would.
talking about deeper in the intestinal tract, that's one thing. But if it's like in the like in the lower abdominal cavity,
Yeah,
you know,
you'd
any
probably
of
see
like
that.
the extremities, that's very obvious.
Yeah. Is he leaking blood from somewhere?
Muscles.
That
Anywhere where there's muscle concentration.
Yep. So, looking him over, you can just see that he's malnourished. He's clearly just been beaten badly at various points in time, which just combined with his lack of strength and energy right now is putting him in a really bad condition. However, it does not seem life-threatening.
On to the next
that, yeah. Yeah, the female elf seems almost. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that because you can just kind of look at her and you can see like there's like bruises on her arm and scratches and stuff. But she appears to be in out of everyone the best condition.
I've got fresh.
You can guess as much why. I don't need to explicitly state why the goblins would have the female potential slave be in the best condition. So, she overall doesn't really need a check over. So, you can go ahead and go on to the mail.
Alrighty then. I almost typed that into the players only. One sec. How do I roll directly from Dice Cloud again? It's been so long.
It would be
Roll medicine.
C
C
and then
medicine.
C for check. You could probably just type in med.
So yeah.
Or do that, sure.
So what is it? C med.
Yeah. So you would do exclamation mark
C.
C space med. Oh,
20.
I forgot I had a character.
Can we use the
you
23
have
instead of
made
22?
Goblin.
Still on Selim,
Jeez.
huh?
That's what do you
Makes me
mean?
feel bad.
Obviously, it's still on some of the last character I've played.
That's
I don't get to play D&D, bro.
I had to one up Jada. Sorry.
Nice. So, yeah. Well, I'm still gonna take the 22. Not that big of a deal.
I was just rolling as like a demonstration.
So, yeah, checking over the human, you kind of have to like stop him because he's still in that like I just want to pace and walk and stretch my legs and fucking let out my frustration by thinking.
Adrenaline.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
So you have to like stop him, and he kind of like is hesitant, but he'll relent and let you check out his body. He's comfortable, just like pretty much stripping naked. He doesn't not fully naked. He still has like undergarments on, but lets you see his body.
Did we
and-
walk to get here?
Yeah, exactly. That was another thing I
No.
wanted to bring up, but after I.
You got to walk to the encampment. Yes, from the road you had horses.
Okay.
But
We had
you left your
horses.
horses on the side of the road, if I recall. Or actually,
Okay.
no. I think you guys left the horses behind
We-
because
we
it wasn't that
walked
far
here.
out. Yeah, you guys walked.
Yeah,
all the way out.
we walked all the way.
We're gonna need somebody to, and I really fucking hate to do this. Like, depending on the condition these people are in, we might need the fastest person here to blitz it to the fucking city, grab the carriage, and then come here.
That's one of the two rogues. So
Yeah.
It'd be me, probably.
I think it would actually be. I think Jada has something that she can do to make her feel faster.
Yeah, I have a 40
Yeah, but it
foot
involves
flight
her
speed in the
familiar.
dark.
it's just not
No,
done.
if you go, you have your lamp, right?
Yeah. I could
I
go
can
into the
have-
lamp and have the familiar fly me there.
I would have to
Wow.
have my familiar fly right there, but it would
Why?
be
Your familiar is
marginally, 'cause
following
your
the party.
familiar is following
Oh,
the other
yeah.
goblins.
Yeah. My bad.
Do you turn into a raven, Chorus? There's a raven or a crow or something, right?
Crow.
Crow.
There's a carrion
Both
bird.
a raven, nevermore.
It was a carrion bird. We even talked about how much weight it could carry, and
Yeah.
it's enough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But so
So yeah, we'll go ahead and real quick, kind of say once Jada finished unlocking all the stuff, since you wouldn't want to stick around and deal with medical stuff, it's not really her forte. We'll say that you went ahead and went through with this plan, where you are flying, being carried.
I do want to loot the camp still.
There's not much left outside of the command tent, and there might not be much in it. You have no clue. It's either
Let's go look.
yeah.
Still want to do it. And I
Okay.
want to know what's in that magically warded box.
Yeah, but
if we could put it on the
I think-
cart.
I think you guys are
Yeah.
prioritizing helping people.
Let's
I
put it on
hope.
the cart and go.
I'm prioritizing helping these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it on the cart and go. We could deal with it back in town.
Remember, the Hippocratic Oath says, do no harm. However, it doesn't state who you can harm.
All right. But yeah. Checking out the male human. A lot of the same stuff as the male elf. Bruises, scars. Some are clearly fresher than others. But not life-threatening at all. And seemingly not even affecting him, as he is just kind of walking around frustrated. So it seems like he's in good enough condition.
And this is the goblin, you said?
No, this is the human.
No, right, yeah. This is the human. Now for the goblin, I'm going to assume he's hesitant.
Yes, very much so. You see as he actually turns his good ear to you as you're talking to him. He's just like, alright, fine, feel free to check. Don't do anything funny. So go ahead and roll medicine.
C med. Right?
There you go.
26!
Nice.
Jesus.
I was hoping for a critical
Maybe.
fail and something funny would
Outside
happen
of
to the
being
goblin.
I diagnose you with
With dead.
a perfect specimen of living, this goblin
Oh,
clearly has past wounds. Probably was bruised and tried. They probably didn't even care to try to beat him up because they were scared of what happened if they would take him out of the crate or something. So it was clear that they didn't really mess with him. Didn't really want to risk taking him out of the crate. So
So
He's-
they basically just created a rabid chihuahua.
yeah. The issue was they were the Chihuahuas. He was more like a fucking Doberman.
Have you ever seen a fucking chihuahua enraged?
Yes.
There's a
They're
reason
not
they call those fuckers land piranhas.
Yes. But they're not that terrible.
Trust me, I have punted one that came after me halfway across a block. It still got up and came after me.
I just picked it up and put it in a crate and it was fine.
It wasn't truly mad at you then.
Oh no, it's tried, but when it weighs like 5 pounds, it doesn't really have the weight to try to escape being held. Because it's different when I pick up my 50 to 60 pound dogs. They have enough weight that it can throw me off my balance, and then they can push out of my hands or push out of my arms. And Chihuahuas cannot do that.
No, chihuahuas can do something completely different. You know in those old cartoons, whenever there's like a bar fight or whatever, and just like that dust cloud with random fists and feet just popping out of it? That's basically what chihuahuas do.
Oh god.
They Tasmanian
Nice.
devil that shit.
They try.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beyblade, Beyblade.
So
Not relevant.
not at all. So. Why would you not post that in memes?
Yeah, why?
That's
Fun.
amazing. Oh my god. Oh. Holy cow.
Oh god, who posted what?
I'll put it in names.
Hold
Hold
that
on. I
is
have to-
too good. Too fucking good. Alright.
Oh god.
Holy shit. That's good.
Good shit.
I got a nice laugh out of me.
It's good.
Good.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. All right. So
Jesus Christ.
but yeah, the goblin who you did hear his name, Pighead, is
Pighead?
appears to be fine.
Okay then.
Probably better
Sounds like
than
he's
fine.
stubborn.
Or they were just mocking him for his deformities.
If they're mocking him for his deformities, I'm surprised he hasn't made shoes out of their skin.
Probably did, but that
I
would have
guess
been in
he's the leader of the
past.
party, and they're basically just he's brutalizing them into following his orders.
You don't know that that's not happening for sure, but you feel like something would be said, I guess.
It's basically how goblins work, except
Mm.
just with humans and elves, I guess.
Not all goblins.
The leader of the goblins is the scariest goblin. No exceptions.
No. Don't you? How little you know of D&D? The goblin leaders decided via Connect 4 tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, I got beat out in the last tournament.
Okay.
References.
Goblin's hidden tournament or hidden talent is just being insanely good at Connect 4. No human has ever bested a goblin in a game.
Can we make
Wow.
can we make that canon?
No. All right. So. So.
So.
Yeah. So Jada, did you fly off, or are you waiting to check the command tent?
I'm checking the command tent.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, Ogden, do you want to stay behind and let them and kind of take care of them, or do you assume that they're all well enough to take care of themselves?
I'm going to just stay and kind of like collect more information here. I'm going to ask if, since I'm going to ask if Colorus and if Colorus can help Jada out with the command tent, and Kaylin if she can kind of, patrol the camp.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Look for any.
Go
I don't
patrol
mean
the
leave
camp.
the camp's boundaries. I mean just go around, walk around the inside of the camp.
I'm gonna go walk around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
not-
just
nope.
going back to
Yeah.
the road to get our carriage.
You guys didn't actually bring it back. I think because if I recall, if we go back a few episodes, I recall you guys realized it was like fairly close, and just decided not to waste time getting the carriage and just went ahead and went.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
So I need to go all the way back to town. Got it.
Yes.
All right, so Colorus is getting the command tent then.
Well, that's what I was asking. Is if Jada wanted to say that she's gonna wait for the command tent, or go ahead and go back
I
while
would
that was
like to
happening.
wait.
So yeah,
We can say that this is happening simultaneously to
Ogden checking them
the
all out.
lengthy medical
Yeah.
examinations going on.
Oh, all right.
that's kind of what I was gonna say, anyways. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jada and Chorus, you guys enter into the command tent. I guess you guys would want to check for traps first, since you've kind of been doing that.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Since Jada's here and Chorus is not. Yeah.
I'm back.
Whichever one of you two wants to decide to do that. Kaylin, go ahead and give me a perception check while you're scouting around the camp, walking around.
Hey.
Chorus. We all know what you can do with those investigation checks. There you go.
Another 24. I was gonna say just Jada give me the health action for it.
That was probably better.
You
but,
don't need it.
Yeah, Chorus,
I
you
got an
inspect.
8.
It does not appear to be trapped.
Cool. I don't really
Jada
expect there to be
investigates
much.
the tent and instead discovers, wow, these burn marks hurt.
You find scorched fabric on the ground. You think it was yours?
I think that's the bottom of my
Hey,
pants.
that looks like my sleeve.
Yep. You actually match it up and you're like, hey.
Hey, look,
It
that's
is.
the scorched remains of my dignity.
Ooh,
Oof. You didn't have to
that
do it
hurts.
dirty. Dang.
That hurts.
Pain.
You're absolutely right, though.
Pain.
So. Yeah. You guys now enter into the command tent. Jada, you were already in here before. It's still set up largely the same. There's a large table in the middle, with a few chairs scattered around it. You can see that there's a map placed on the table. On the sides, there is various armor stands and stuff that have. They're emptied now, but you recall that there was bits and pieces of armor on it originally.
I'm just gonna look for anything valuable that they left behind. Actually, I'll just look for anything they left behind.
Yeah, go ahead and
You never
both
know
of
what
you
could be valuable, you know?
give me investigation checks. Forrest can know what's
boy.
valuable, actually.
If it's
if it's
more than
old.
100 years old.
Yeah. Hey.
Am I valuable?
Oh shit! Oh.
Oh, sorry. My thing only procs for art objects. You are not.
Ooh.
I see.
She,
Okay.
she's a work of something.
Ooh.
Probably not a work of art, but a work of something.
Woke
Damn.
Taurus saying women
No,
aren't
no.
objects.
It's a piece of work.
I think you mean based chorus. Damn.
She's a
Spun it
piece of
on you,
work.
man. I got a 14, Color's got a 22.
So Jada, you take a look around. You look through the
I
map.
got 22. How many rounds?
10.
Small magazine.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Jada, you inspect, going around the sides, kind of working your way into the middle. Whereas Chorus, you'll do the opposite. You'll work from the middle, working out to the sides. That way, you guys are making sure you're covering as much, kind of overlapping and covering that ground in case someone else misses something. Unfortunately,
You
there's
guys
not
are also-
really anything on the sort of outside or the outer ring of the tent. There's not really anything that seems to be left behind.
I'm gonna stuff an armor stand into the bag of holding. I'm not leaving empty-handed.
I wasn't done yet, but
What
one of
about,
the armor stands appears to have a dagger. That
Magic
is
dagger.
laying next to it. It seems like it was knocked off and forgotten about.
What if it's cursed?
What if it's cursed?
What if it is?
Pick it up, find out.
I mean, I can.
It looks like a
Well,
normal dagger.
Kalen can do detect magic because he
Kalen's
can
not
just
there.
You
do it.
already know.
Yeah.
I got sticky fingers. So
Yeah.
let's stick 'em
We're
to
gonna
this
find
dagger.
out.
Gee, I wonder what this big red button.
Another hand touches the dagger.
New
God,
God, that
hand
would be a
touches
fate worse
the
than death. Just like,
dagger.
damn,
We
rewind
get
time.
into
Get
it.
me back to the goblins.
We get into a situation where it's like, somebody's gotta touch it or else we'll never know. And we're all just like, no, you'd have to be an idiot to do that. One of you's like,
Where's Jada?
Jada, I bet you won't do it.
Dude,
No,
I bet
we're
you
gonna
won't
be
pick it up.
mid-conversation and be like, wasn't Jada standing right behind you? Just turn heel. Motherless fucker!
Oh god.
It's the meme of the dad giving his son $1 and then turns around, sees his son just stuffing the dollar into a
Billy, no!
vending machine.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now,
So-
Jada, you must learn the valuable lesson of Jada, no.
It's just, it's like, all right, guys, we
Mysterious
need
dagger.
to assess this situation very tactically. We need to weigh all of our options. Hey, wasn't Jada standing right? But
Curiosity killed the
Motherfucker!
cat and 2 of my D&D characters.
curiosity
that
killed
were a
my
joke.
taste, my sense of smell and taste.
I wish that was a joke.
So, I assume, knowing Jada, she's using her mage hand and putting in the bag of holding.
Yep.
Very good. And then you do the same with the armor stand. Boris stands and turns around and
Well, the armor stand, I'm
disbelief.
just going to use my hands.
Yeah, no, I
The,
I just hear-
mage hand's
I
definitely not.
hear rustling and turn around and see like
just
missing
halfway
armor
in.
stand. No, I just look
I'm
back
gonna
and,
notice
like,
I'm being
there was-
stared at and just smile at him.
No, I'm just gonna turn around after I hear this rustling, look back there, and think there's something missing. Like I remember seeing something over there, but I don't
Spot
know.
the difference challenge.
I have to dig back through my keen mind from like 2 minutes ago, and then just shake my head and keep moving.
Oh yeah, you do have
Oh,
keen
did you
mind.
find
You
anything?
instantly know what's missing. You just don't question it.
I heard
Oh my God.
earlier last week somebody told me that in a modern a modern rendition of Dungeons and Dragons would basically be Keen Mind would effectively just be a body cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'd have perfect
Apparently
memory,
so.
but it would only be from your perspective. So,
What do you say? Lucky was basically just alcoholism.
I don't understand how that
No.
works, but okay.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah,
some
no.
shit like that. No. Sorry, not
Lucky is
Lucky.
just being Brendan.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, speaking of,
Alright.
Durable is just
Oh, no.
methamphetamine.
Okay, well, no, I'm gonna stop us right here before we get too far. Chorus,
Mobile is crack.
you spend most of your time looking through the table and maps and taking in all the information, as Chorus would do. This does obviously is a map of the surrounding area. It appears to be mostly of. You can see that there is the city of Salvam. You can see that there's the great mountain that stands behind it, and you can see where the goblin encampment is marked. It appears that something was sort of scribbled over. There is a spot that is on the opposite side of the mountain. I'll kind of pull up my map and then just take a screenshot of it and edit it real quick.
Is it where the Hobgoblin camp is?
You try to match it up and it does not appear to be the case.
Oh.
I'm
So,
telling you, it's not those hobgoblins, Max.
It may not be those hobgoblins, but remember, these are. Who's to fucking say they're not connected in some way? I mean, those other guys came from somewhere, and this might be a very large operation. They might have more than one camp. After all, these guys have been. How long have these guys been hitting these caravans?
A while.
You don't really have any estimate for that. I'm pinning that.
based upon the amount of potions they had,
Yeah, because
I'm
this
gonna
shit
say a
isn't like
very
a
long
simple.
time.
It was
week's
clear
worth.
that it had been for a while. Yeah. So
This is clearly an established organization.
the spot that appears to be somewhat marked is somewhere around there. It kind of has been scribbled over, so that way any writing that was there, you assume it was writing that they scribbled out, cannot be seen anymore. And then there are a couple of documents that are in Goblin.
Hold on a second.
Okay, that's good.
I will sit down with the documents in Goblin and use comprehend languages.
Okay. I didn't know you had that spell. Cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, nerd.
I mean, yeah, that is the point.
I mean, I think I
That's the
have
point,
every
yeah.
single ritual spell of first level.
Okay. So yeah, you spend.
It took me a minute to find like where to show the different or show prepared languages or prepared spells
Yeah.
because in dark mode,
Oh.
things on DiceCloud don't show up very easily.
Yeah.
Mine do.
I just haven't found the right setting.
So, you take you're casting it as ritual. You said, right?
Yes, that's the ritual.
Okay, so that would be 10
I don't-
minutes.
Yeah, I don't have it like prepared at the moment.
Yeah.
But I do have it in my book.
Okay.
Like,
The
cast-
wizard's
So
exploits.
Jada, Chorus will tell you to go ahead and go on, so that way you don't spend 10 minutes sitting here and waiting for what he's translating. So you'll go ahead and go on and head back to town to get either help or your own carriage, whichever you desire. And
Carriage.
So you take the 10 minutes. Kaylin, go ahead and give me another perception check while it's going on.
Okie doke.
Oops.
Did it go? No.
No.
There we go.
Okay.
Can I use my passive perception?
No.
It's a 13.
That would only be if
That's a shame.
someone was like sneaking up on you or something. You're actively
That's a
trying to perceive that nothing's coming at you.
Wait, if that's the case, then shouldn't my passive perception of... Oh, I guess the goblins probably beat that when they snuck up on me at
Yeah.
one time, didn't they?
Yes. That's why I asked.
shame.
If you recall, I asked, "What's your passive perception?" before they snuck up on you.
That's a shame.
So yes. And I think actually you ended up noticing one of them. And that was kind of something that helped you out a little bit. But
They still didn't do anything to me.
well,
Yeah, but it did kind of kickstart this whole chain of events.
Well, we still would have been fine if someone didn't just go in, just rush in.
I mean, no, you probably wouldn't have.
I mean, she wouldn't have gotten captured. We could have just bombed everything, or at least she could have told
And
us.
kill all the prisoners.
Or she could have at least told us they had
It
people
doesn't
in
matter. It happened fucking 4 weeks ago, and I don't know why we're still talking about it like this.
Yep.
So. Okay. So yeah. Ogden, said you were asking things about what happened.
I'm asking them the whole chain of events as they are willing to. Like, I'm obviously not going to ask our female friend here, to relive that. I might be a therapist, but Ogden isn't.
I mean, you don't assume
heal
the
I
goblins
can
did
heal the
anything.
wounds of
You
the
more
body.
assume that they were preparing her to be sold off for a slave of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
The goblins didn't really seem to have an interest in doing something like that.
You basically lucked out in the timing of us arriving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The main concern was them being sold off to slavery.
But it's also like,
To people much less savory than them. So.
which is just shuddering to think about.
Mm.
People better than goblins. Or people worse than goblins. My bad.
Goblins aren't the worst thing that exist. Not in this
Nope.
world.
You know
Yeah.
you're fucked up when slavers are at a higher tier of morality than you.
As I said, they're not exactly slavers. They don't want to kill the adventurers, so their only other option is slavery.
Well, yeah,
Slavery.
but effectively that makes them slavers. If you deal in slaves once, slavery.
You're right, but
If you go fishing once, you're not a fisherman.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's true. Stream seems to be having issues for some reason.
I see that. I thought it was me at first.
Well, I'm just going with the
Because-
slavery title because I'm not really sure how if it's human trafficking.
Maybe
If
human
in a
trafficking.
in a multi-species universe.
Person tracking? I would just
Humanoid?
say human trafficking, just to
Yeah,
be.
it just works, I think.
Human, elf, and goblin trafficking.
There's more
People-
than just
Person
Yeah, no.
trafficking? Humanoid trafficking?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Humanoid
Am I
trafficking.
muted?
That
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
that'd probably be the best one.
Yeah.
If you had to pick one.
It is hard dropping frames, and I don't know why.
You could just say the official law is the trafficking of sentient species.
It also works.
Remember,
Humanoid
kids, there's a huge
trafficking
difference
just
between
fits
sapience
best,
and
I think.
sentience.
How bad is the drops frames right now for viewers?
About as bad as your roboting in voice.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
actually roboting?
It did it for a
Little
second
bit.
there, but not
Yeah.
too bad.
Minor but noticeable.
I was trying to see if I was roboting. It didn't say I was initially. Oh, because I'm at 50% drop frames. So
Ooh, Faroni.
it is going up. Up.
As long as I got audio, right?
That's true. I'll push through it. It should maybe hopefully stabilize here in a few. I don't know. We'll see.
What?
Okay. So,
Did I just hear half a second of Critical's voice? I think I did.
nice.
Question: are you smoking crack?
No, it sounded like someone clicked on a link, realized, oh shit, that has sound and it's going through my mic.
Mm.
And in an
No.
instant shut it off.
I mean, I actually think my last watch video was a critical video. Oh, no, it wasn't.
Actually, no, it was just Max making a sound. It just sounded like Critical.
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah, I'll keep going. Let's hope it doesn't get worse, pretty much.
No drop frames.
Yeah. Not getting better. I don't know why. That's weird because the bitrate's saying it's fine. The bitrate's around what it should be. It's just being really unstable more than anything.
Also, Brent, I'm surprised you call him critical. I just call him moist.
Please don't. I just call him Charlie.
Yeah, just call him Charlie like everybody
Yeah.
else.
Well, Charlie.
Do you really think I'm going to
context.
pass up any opportunity I can to say moist?
I wish you did.
I wish.
At least no one calls them penguins. That would be the worst. God. I don't know what. I don't want to meet a degenerate that would do something like that.
Start calling him Zero instead.
Oh no. All right. I keep seeing because there's the little light. Oh, it's green now. Fuck yeah.
Hey!
Huzzah!
Because there's a little light that's obviously, it was just red the entire time. That's why I go orange. I'm like, oh, orange, and then it went yellow, and I was like, oh, that's great. And then it went back to red, and then it went up to green.
Darn.
So,
Yay!
we're back. It's fine. There's no issues.
Nothing ever happened.
The bossing say.
Nothing bad ever happened.
There
There's
are
no
no
war.
drop frames on busting, say.
Yeah. Okay. So.
The frame rate invites you to join them in Lake Loud Guy.
Okay.
Anyway.
So yeah. You are asking them about the story or what happened.
Yeah, like the entire
Um,
chain of like, when did you get the thing, or when did you get the contract? How exactly did you approach this? Like everything.
the human does most of the speaking. Seems like he's the one most comfortable speaking in the present moment. You assume the goblin probably just doesn't speak very much. The elves are a little more on the quieter
Shaken.
side. Yeah, a bit shaken.
They hath been shook.
So, yeah. The human kind of peeks his head back in. Now he's calmed down a little bit, so he's not pacing as much, and he'll just walk in and start filling you in on everything sort of led up to this moment. It's fairly basic. He doesn't go into like crazy amount of details. With the contract about a week ago, maybe. Hard to tell. Got to the area out for a day or so. Eventually we saw a hunting party exit the camp. Decided it'd be best to pick them off when the numbers were smaller. Out. Afterwards, we assumed there might be another hunting party or some sort of party that would come and check on them. Took those guys out.
This is sounding very familiar.
You're not here.
Afterwards, we assumed that we could take the camp on. Went in. Took out a few
And you
goblins.
were met with a fire thing, correct?
No.
That was me.
No, the warlock that they have with them summoned a big fiery thing.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're not the first people that he used that on.
Probably
Yes,
not.
but he can just summon whatever fate he wants.
Yeah.
That was just the one he just happened to shoot. No,
enough.
there's no fire thing. There was some sort of caster of some sort, and then his 4 henchmen. The rest of the goblins were definitely just cannon fodder, but once we got into combat with those 5, that's when it started going
Yeah, that's
downhill.
great.
They were surprisingly more trained than we thought they would be. That they have some sort of experience, some sort of training that you would expect from any type of warrior, I guess.
Professional training.
For sure, yeah. The caster.
Clearly the leader.
Yeah, no, obviously. Man, he unleashed hell. I don't know what else to say other than that. We weren't ready for a goblin be casting magic at us, especially. Frankly, we just got caught off guard by that. But, I mean, even if we were prepared for it, I don't think we could have taken them. Not those 5.
No.
No.
Don't sell yourself short.
I'm not.
Well, I'm going to kind of relay the situation that happened to us. Be like, well, we didn't have I guess we can't say that a plan fell apart because we didn't exactly have time for a plan.
As you fill them in, Chorus, you finish your ritual. And as the words slowly begin to fill your mind and their understanding, you begin to read through the document. And I'll just kind of sum it up because I don't have a big essay to read. You can see at the top, kind of placed in its own individual area. You assume it's a name, possibly. It says Moss Knuckles. Begin reading through it. It appears to be some sort of report of some kind. This Moss Knuckles figure is talking about heading out towards the mountain. And and inspecting the area, checking on the loyalty of their other divisions. There is mention of a figure that I will need a history check from you.
I know they're good.
So,
A
but
history check from Chorus?
Not good roll though.
ooh, I will
Awful
check it here in a
roll.
second. But he appears to be
It
talking
was
about.
It was a nat 1
Ooh,
for a total
Ooh.
of 7. Yeah.
ooh. It appears to be talking about a figure named Azul.
Spelled AZUL.
Bless you.
Azule.
AZULE.
So it appears to be talking about him. Is
Can
when
I take my passive history check? Or passive history
you wish.
of 16? Sag.
And then as you keep reading through, it talks about how he was checking up on these other areas, and then how he went to the secret hideout. It literally says a secret hideout. It does not specify a location, any sort. And it says that it went to check up on the members of the Sashal Toth.
Oh.
So they are involved with the cult then.
And as you continue reading, it appears that he was in direct contact with a name I don't believe has been mentioned. But it appears that he talks about talking to the leader, Colin Tarkal. I will copy and paste the name. Guys. Whoops. So, Moss Knuckles here went and talked to Colin Tarkal. Says that there was a plan to free the other leader of the cult named Vio Solid Mantle, which you have met in passing, but
Yeah, that
How
counts.
do you spell the demon's name for this cult again?
Sashal Toth.
Okay. I'm actually putting things in my journal section in Dice Cloud.
Nice. That's why
Nice.
I'm giving this for all of you.
Yeah, well, I'm not there, so.
Yeah,
No,
me neither.
I would be like translating this and transcribing it into common.
So it appears to be talking about a plan to free Veo, which has already happened. And then it goes on to talking about another plan that they're trying to keep secret. But it will be involving the goblins. That's all it mentioned.
So secret, we wrote it down.
They didn't write down the plan. But it's still secret. You know
Probably
that.
why they're headed. That's probably
It's
why
not
they're headed
as
to the
secret
hideout.
now, though.
Since we know they're involved with the cult, from what we can tell, were the goblins headed in the direction where the cultists were going? From what we can remember from our familiars?
Give me a general intelligence.
I have to be in the dice channel.
Because there is no geography skill. But if there was, I would assume it would still be intelligence, like history.
It's a 6. But I do know where north is at all times, so.
Okay.
Which is an oddly specific thing to.
It's just with keen mind, you're considered so aware of everything that you just kind of know.
You're basically an ascended meme. Real shit.
Yep.
So.
It's a couple of terrible rolls, though.
You're not too sure if they were heading the same direction. They could have been,
Possibility, I think.
couldn't be, but
Because it's a
It might be a
secret hideout.
possibility,
Does
yeah.
it seem to, from the message from the letters, that it's a secret hideout for the cult or for the goblins specifically?
it does not specify at all. It could be just a
And I-
random meeting place. It could be a place that the goblins might be staying, or the cultists might be staying, or some other faction that you don't know about is staying. You know, there's no. It just literally says secret hideout.
Okay.
Whereas some of the other locations are actually like mentioned. You know, it's like certain words that don't really have much meaning to you. It's like at the base of the Great Mountain, or the tallest pine in the forest. You know, it's like it's very specific things that you're like, that could be anywhere in your mind.
Yeah.
So it's clearly kind of code words, basically, that only members of this conversation would actually be aware of. So obviously, you do get the feeling that they are still well prepared, even in this situation. Pretty much right after that point, the documentation. Pain. Kind of pretty much ends. There's not really much else to it. That's the last thing planned.
I think we may not want to go after them right now.
Yeah, my
I think we may want to go back and enlist the Knights of Sauron.
Yeah,
At least fill them in on what's happened back
that's
here.
part of the strategy that I was coming up with.
Okay.
We did only lose gold and our pride.
And we know that they're going to be involved with something larger that we would like to take down anyway.
Yeah, something larger that we'd like to take down, but absolutely can't do.
Without help.
We can also just say that there were a lot more of them that we killed.
We did kill the vast majority of them.
We did clear out this camp.
Put it this
We
way.
might be able to get the reward.
Put it this
for
way.
That
only
was
reason-
with the, hold on. If I take a look at the contract, what is the exact wording?
Cease the operations of the Goblin encampment that have been holding up caravans and preventing trade.
Well, we've done that, so
Yep.
By the way,
contract completed.
do we? I say we torch the camp, like
Yeah, we can
completely,
definitely-
because if we leave this ruin behind, who's to say somebody else ain't gonna take it over again?
Yeah.
They'll just move back in.
Yeah, let's
It's
completely
not like
fuck
we're in the
this
middle
camp
of
up.
a forest, so
Yeah.
Didn't
you're
we
actually
do
right.
that
right.
one time?
Not that I.
I thought someone burned something and it was like in the middle of the forest, and we're like, stop that.
No.
Must have been a different campaign.
it was a different campaign. Somebody threw a fireball in a forest.
Oh
I remember
yeah, that.
one.
that one.
Yeah.
What about the?
And so-
Was that me that threw the
Sparta-
fireball?
I'm pretty sure it was
Most
Mushi that threw the
Most
fireball.
likely.
I don't think it was Mushi. Mushi's
sure.
too smart for that.
Pretty sure it was Mushi.
Mushi might be a little bit too smart for that, but are you too smart for that?
I think it was a giant group, so we were just trying to thin the numbers a bit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was during that fight where you were almost assassinated, actually.
Probably. Nalandri
Yeah, that's
never
probably
got
it.
3rd level spells by the end of that campaign. So, couldn't have been me.
I never
You
even got
almost got
first
a
level
shash
spells for
on
that
me.
campaign, so definitely couldn't have been me.
So,
I think at this time I was playing a druid. So
Jada,
Well, when that fireball happened, you weren't. Yes, what?
you arrive at the city and set up the caravan or your carriage to head out towards the Goblin encampment. I will say that you will know that you can't really get the actual carriage into the hills like that. It'll be a little bit difficult.
I'll just get it as close as I can.
So you begin heading.
Well, I mean, once once Jada's there, my bird would be flying back.
Um,
When your
So
bird
that
gets
it would,
there,
yeah, it would
can
get here
basically
before
lead you to me.
Jada.
Did you guys stop? Did you have it stop following them to the location?
Jada's bird is
We had
following
two
them.
birds.
Oh, Jay's bird's following them.
Yeah, mine carried Jada back to the city.
Right.
And Jada's
Inside
yeah.
of a genie lamp.
So Jada could tell my bird that, hey, I'm gonna get this as close to the area as I can. That way we would know.
I'm
That
just
would
picturing
be
in the
my
office, me and Dwight just going, fuck! Like, just it was like some random guards, like, what the hell is that random ass raven carry? Or crow carry? What the
Interesting thing for suddenly there's a person there. So
Oh
it
my
says
God.
something to the bird just flies off.
Bruh.
Hey kids, want to see that body?
Okay. So,
Anybody
below
who
needs to
sees
assume
that,
I don't
I would
have one
just
in the
be
bag
like-
of holding.
fast forwarding a little bit. Jada, you arrive as close as possible as you can. At the same time, you guys are kind of setting up the injured and helping them move out of the encampment. While Ogden, you stay behind a little bit. And well, wait, what the weird? I didn't look at. I got a random text from in like a new message, or group text. I didn't even see who was in the group text, and it was a bunch of random people. I was just like, what the heck? It just caught me off guard. Okay. Yeah. So you guys assist the other four adventurers along, moving them into your carriage, and Chorus, you take the reins and set out, heading back to the city.
I'm.
We torched the
Ogden,
place too.
yeah, Ogden. As I said, Ogden was while people were getting moved to the carriage, was torching it.
Burn! Burn!
I mean, I kind of wanted to see if, like, are these tents of any good enough quality to,
Probably not.
We tore holes in
Wait.
them.
We have better tents probably already in our
Yeah.
starting gear.
Yeah.
fair enough.
Also, we did take the magic crate,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
as well as any goods that were still left over.
We picked this place clean.
Can I say that I stole one of the cages too?
Why?
How would you steal a cage?
Why?
You cannot
Bag
fit
of
that
holding.
into a bag. No, you can't fit it into the
Why?
bag of holding. It has to
The
fit in
genie
the
lantern.
opening.
Why?
Does it?
The inside of the genie lantern is basically just a 15-foot room.
Why?
You can just put a cage in a genie lantern.
For storage.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Storage.
It's not like I can bring other people in there
Yet.
yet. Yes.
Um.
So I took a cage.
Yes.
It's a surprise tool that'll help us later.
Just later.
Are you also putting this in your bag of holding?
I
The
can't put
lantern.
the cage in there. It's too large, isn't it?
It was made for people about goblin size.
Okay, so
Well,
it would fit there.
she can't fit it through the opening of the bag
That's
of holding,
true.
though.
Yeah. It might. We'll say it's like a dog kennel. You can break it down.
They were literally just using a dog kennel with a padlock.
No, it's goblin kennels.
For your pet goblin.
Oh, balls.
For your domesticated pet goblin.
Oh god, we're terrible.
I mean, you gotta keep them somewhere before they're smoked or steamed.
God. It's really terrible that we steamed goblins.
Have we tried
That was
kobold
the-
jerky?
That was the
We haven't
real
seen
evil
goblins.
part of that campaign.
We haven't steamed goblins yet, just kobolds.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I meant kobolds, but yeah.
Technically, we didn't
Wasn't
steam
one of
them,
the
we
party
just
members a
ate them.
goblin?
Somebody else steamed them. That is fair.
We didn't do it. We just enjoyed it. We just ordered room service.
No, it was
twice.
frozen, but it looks like he's just writing something down.
No, Max asked me something.
Oh,
I
Typing
don't know why
something.
I don't know why I was typing on my phone. I could have literally just type it on my keyboard. All I was already like looking at my phone, and then he sent me the message, and it popped up, and I was like, "Oh." It was just a natural response.
I've had those situations where, like, I have Discord opened on both my phone and my computer, and I'm going to send something in like one chat on my computer, and then I go to take a shit, and I send it in another chat. I was like, this isn't even the same server I was going to send this in. What the fuck?
I'll sometimes like be sending a picture off my phone to a Discord channel that I have open on my computer, and as I'm down here looking at it, I'll see something pop up over here and be like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a message that I just sent." Goldfish brain. Anyway, we're headed back into the city to go find the Knights of...
In the city, in the city.
I think the first thing that we should be doing is getting these guys to a hospital.
Yeah. We can do multiple things.
I don't think splitting the party applies in the city.
To a hospital.
Ogden gets them to a hospital. I'll run this contract over to the guild and pick up our payment. And then we'll meet back at the Knights of Sauron.
Yeah.
How exactly do we deliver proof of the contract, though?
All this loot that we got.
Yeah, we can just show
And
all
our
the
Easter
that we got. And I have 2 fresh arrow wounds in my leg.
It's one of those things that you assume they might end up checking out.
Yeah, they'll send somebody out there to check it probably.
And they have your information, so... Also, if you
we're
recall,
found to be lying, then we'd probably be
you
blacklisted
signed a contract that, if I recall, you did the typical terms and service thing and just looked through real quick and then check mark.
Wait. You guys even looked through that?
Exactly.
IRL, I do.
Oh, no, yeah.
Some of them, yeah. If it's for like video games, I don't give a shit. But if it's something
Those
actually
are the ones that are the most
meaningful,
insidious.
they are. But it's for a fucking video game. It's not going to affect my life if I somehow break one of the terms and services, because most of it's just to do with cheating or modding of the game somehow.
Or trying to buy
which we would never cheat.
Filters.
And most of the time, what they'll just do in that case is just ban you.
Yeah, it's pretty much just shit that you, like, I'm not going to be doing anyways.
Yeah.
So what's the point in going through and reading it if most video game ones are identical? But anyways. Ogden, you take over the reins as Chorus will hop out and stop and run into the Adventurers Guild. And then
Be right back.
you'll begin taking them over towards the Temple District, which is pretty much effectively the hospital.
Some magical light healing.
So, you'll take them over there. Chorus, you'll run in real quick. There is a quirk there waiting. Sorry. Ooh. Something's wanting to come up. Yeah, the quirk there will he watches he was talking to someone else, but he'll turn his attention as you walk in, and he'll wander over to you and greet you. Greetings. What is your business with the Adventurers Guild today?
Here to turn in a contract.
Oh,
my
that's
team is
wonderful.
completed.
If I could see the paperwork.
I'll just hand him the
He'll take it.
paperwork taken.
And he'll begin reading through it and say, those pesky goblins. Okay.
There are quite a few of them.
Just a lot of them.
We'll have someone check it out here in the next hour or so. And once that is done, and we've confirmed it has been completed, you can come back for your payment then.
Do you need like a map or directions to where the camp is? Or
No.
you got that?
We have them. Thank you.
Cool.
Hey, while you're there, grab an
was.
easier job.
We'll grab another job after we talk with the Knights of Sauron.
Don't grab one from experienced when you're not experienced.
We were kind of experienced.
No.
6. I figured well.
Look, we can
Well,
take. Look, I,
Yeah, I know.
I will
Five, first
bet, I
off.
will bet genuine IRL money that we can take on those other 2 contracts if I have adequate time to plan. Do not
Yeah.
underestimate me.
And don't underestimate me. Thanks.
Yeah, don't underestimate the DM.
Um,
I was sketchy at best on if we could even complete this one, and we kind of did, barely. But
Kinda
so
he said in about an hour or so is when they'd be.
um,
We were
Does
Does
told
Roadrunner just
goblins
blast
and
through the
dogs.
fucking
Come
door?
back then.
Big
Um,
difference.
so
And that
Ogden.
went pretty quickly, so I guess I'm gonna head over to the market real quick. Find a jeweler.
We'll get to you in a second. Which actually I think jewelers might be fairly close. The adventures.
Isn't it like night now?
No, not even close. Because it's a new day. It's actually fairly early morning.
Yeah, because we were attacking them in the middle
In
of
the
the
night, yeah. And then you guys had your rest for an hour.
And then with all walking around the camp.
Yeah, with all the stuff that you're doing,
everything
it's
up until
pretty
dawn.
much like break of dawn. So you heading towards the temple district. The 2 guards that appear to be standing at the front gate of it, they'll hail you as you approach. One of them will approach and say, "Good dwarf, what brings you to the temples?"
I have injured people here.
Open the gate. And you watch as the other guard will step aside, and then you watch as the gate will start opening. Go through quickly. I pray for their safety, or pray for their health. And they'll
I'm gonna just give the wave nod.
Yeah.
Thank you.
and you'll wander in. There's not much carriage space in here, so it's clear that you should get out of the carriage. You watch as actually one of the guards will walk in with you, and he'll call out, "Injureds! We have injured people." You watch as he'll walk over to a bell and ring it. And then you'll
How do I
see
make my
as-
parallel parking check?
Don't worry. There's enough space where you can like turn around and exit your carriage.
Oh, thank God, this place got a
Yeah.
roundabout.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Is this an American roundabout or is it a European roundabout?
Both.
Damn.
As long as it's not a French roundabout, it's okay.
It's not a round. It's just like a big sort of circular driveway essentially, where you can
It's like a
you have
cul-de-sac driveway.
yeah, like you can clearly have enough space to turn around with no issue. So, yeah, you watch as from a couple different temples, a few of the priestesses and priests will come out and they'll approach you guys. They're pretty much, it's like a routine to them. They ask you like, hey, where's the injured person? And they have I can't think of the name. What are they called? That you think carry people on? Gurneys?
Yeah,
Big gurneys,
gurneys.
Gurneys. Okay. Yeah, so they basically have like gurneys, and you watch as like sets of people will come out and they'll set them down. You see that they clearly over prepared for this because there's like 10 sets of gurneys or some crap.
It's because I saw the size of the cart.
Yeah.
It's better to have more than you need
Yeah.
anyway.
And Ogden, you'll point out the 4 injured to them, and they'll be like hesitant, just like no, we're fine. You see that as the priestess, the priest will just be like, no, come.
This is a civilized nation. There's universal healthcare.
No surprise fees later.
So yeah, you watch as they will begin taking them into their respective temples, and
Respective
You all-
temples? Is there a temple per person
We'll
here?
come back to them.
no,
later.
they have. There's multiple temples here. They're all like coming out to help. It doesn't seem like there's one temple that just had a bunch of people to come out. There was like every temple had like a couple people come out of it and be like, "Hey, do we need to help? Is there anything?" It's just they're all just a bunch of healers trying to heal.
I'm
know.
going to ask if it's possible for them to be kept together because I still need to talk to them.
I mean, at this point, they've already kind of taken them.
Just
Gone.
tell them to meet us back at
I'm curious what you need
basically
to
a
talk
court
to them
order.
about.
Greg.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
exactly
need to-
that. I need like how to contact us.
I mean,
Well,
you can
just tell them
still.
to meet us at Gregorvik's.
Yeah. Well, they don't. They
That's-
might not know where Gregory is, but
Exactly.
Okay, but they could ask around and easily find it.
you could tell them to go to the Adventurers Guild.
Or yeah, meet us at the
Yeah.
guild. I guess that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So yeah, you just say once they're done with treatment and are feeling up to it, meet at the Adventurers Guild, pretty much.
What's their adventuring party name? So we know who to ask for when we get there.
I don't have a name.
I'm sorry, there was a
I knew
fucking
it.
one of the like tower fans or whatever made like a screeching noise. In my
Make
room
me
just
think of a name, an adventuring party name. The hardest thing to do.
We had to come up with ours. You get to come up with one now too.
The Dandering Dodos.
I usually actually like have one sometimes. Ooh, I don't like any of those. Those are trash. All right.
Fisto's
the buff,
gang.
The buff Chihuahua.
The Buff Chihuahuas.
Don't influence me.
Chihuahuas of buffness.
God, this is difficult, especially when I don't have like, at least with like an actual adventuring party, like in a
Right.
campaign, you have like exploits that you do or like funny things that happen that they like give you ideas for the name and stuff.
These are just random NPCs.
Yeah, these are just random NPCs.
What was the goblin's name?
Pighead.
Pighead and friends.
I was gonna say Pighead's Barbecue Battalion, but all right.
Oh my god.
Or the Barbecue Brigade.
Sure.
Turns out they're all vegans.
Oh
That's
my
the
god.
funny part.
No, that's
Oh.
the funny thing is they're cuisiners.
Does anyone in chat have a name? I want to see
Come
if
on,
Jack can come up with
Barbecue
one.
Brigade isn't winning.
If chat doesn't give me anything better, I might go for it.
Yeah.
Jumbo, Kirby, help!
Don't make us. Help
Oh my
us.
god.
Help
me.
you from what?
I'm too old. Party names.
Or you could just put it in brackets, placeholder.
You guys already did that. Or wait, I don't even. What did you guys end up actually coming up with for the name? You guys have
Research
one?
and demolition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Research and demolition.
Because it's what we do.
It's true. It seems our chat's slightly dead. Given they're probably playing video games at the same time while they listen.
Probably. I know Kirby. Was
Yeah,
playing
I can see
Warframe,
Kirby is playing
because it
Warframe.
pops up right there.
Yeah. You know what? I'll Snapchat.
Snapchat Jabba.
Yeah.
Send a Steam message so it pops up on the screen.
So, cross guard, cutters, the rear
Oh.
guard, the dude. Yeah, he's got some.
Oh wow,
The dank
wow.
Dungeoneers.
We're
That's
going with
gotta
that.
be it,
We're
right?
going with that. The dank
Dank
Dungeoneers.
Dungeoneers.
I knew he'd clutch up. The dank Dungeoneers. That's great.
Well, why did you name the guy Pighead? He could have been named Devil's Lettuce.
No. Is he Snapchat? He just Snapchatted me before I could Snapchat him. What the fuck?
What a Chad.
Jawbone's on the next plane of existence. Ascended, bro.
This Snapchat's when I just am zooming in on the fucking message. Fucker.
Based jawbone.
Based. Okay. So, yeah, the human calls out, "We're the dank Dungeoneers."
Amazing.
As he's just being
Wow.
led away on the
Yeah.
stretcher.
We
are
they're
The
originally
dank
from Poggers, aren't they?
Dungeoneers!
Oh my god, what'd you say, Al?
They're originally from Poggers, aren't they?
Maybe. Maybe.
I thought the
They
Poggers
have
Empire
to be
didn't
now.
exist yet.
No, it's a kingdom currently. It's not an empire.
Yeah, they haven't leveled up their empire stat yet.
Yes. Oh my god.
They haven't hit that in their technology tree yet.
Okay. So, yeah, you let the people of the temples do their thing before heading back to meet up with Chorus, which actually I guess you would be heading to the Lumina household where the Knights of Saron would be staying. So, Chorus, you're still gonna go to a jeweler first?
Yeah, just real quick.
Okay.
See
If I
can get.
recall, really not too far. Yeah, it's like right on the other side of the Adventures Guild. And then it would just be yeah, it's the sort of, if you're looking at the map, you see the house that kind of looks like it's a gym right next to the Adventures Guild to the left.
Hold on. Campaign info. The house that looks like a gym.
Yeah, it has like
To
pink
the left.
and then
Oh, yeah.
yeah. That's what that's the jewelers.
When you said gym, I was imagining like a gymnasium.
Oh
Yeah.
sorry.
At first.
Or like
It's like a
gym for
Pokemon gym.
working out.
But yeah, that's the jewelers, so it's literally just right there next to the Lumina household even. So it works out perfectly. So yeah. You
Big jeweler.
it is.
I'm just gonna see if they want to buy some of the ring bands that I have.
One of them will kind of look at you oddly and say, actually, because there is like Brandon said, it's big. It's big.
It was a shipment meant for them, wasn't it?
Yes.
Motherfucker.
So
I just came across a bunch of ring bands and thought maybe you might like them.
Tell them of a contract.
so yeah, as Brandon said, it is bigger. So there's actually a few people currently managing the desk. But one of them will kind of like turn his head and be like, actually, yes, we had a shipment that was supposed to arrive. It's kind of hindered us from doing our work.
You wouldn't have happened to also contain some string for making amulets and such, would it?
I believe so. Yes. How do you know that?
We're magical.
I will pull.
You watch as he like puts his hand underneath the desk.
I'm an adventurer. I'm in an adventuring group, and we recently took a contract to get rid of some goblins that were terrorizing some trade routes, and found.
So, you're trying to sell us the stuff that we already bought.
Well, do you need it?
I
Yes?
get it. I get it.
Also, it's not like we knew.
Yeah, I didn't know. I just figured this is probably the best place to put it.
I'm not faulting
I don't
you.
personally
Hold
have
on.
a.
Yes, no, you're fine. Just irony in the situation.
Yes, actually, I think most of them are silver, but
even I wouldn't stoop that though. I'll give you half of what we paid originally. I think that sounds
fine
fair
to
to
me.
you.
Yeah, that's.
If it's the same number, it should be 69 bands. And how much string?
is. There's just a whole. I'll pull out the entire box, basically.
Okay. Yes. So let me grab that gold, and you'll watch as he'll crouch down underneath the counter and start fiddling around with stuff. You can hear what sounds like bags of chain of coins moving around. Ugh.
The distinct sound of someone scooping up handfuls of coins and putting them in a bag.
We have money again, boys.
I mean, this is my loot, so.
Hey man, we
no,
all
no,
lost
no,
money.
no, no, no,
You
no.
all
you guys
lost
don't
money.
know. Hold on now. None of you know he's selling this right now,
That's
so
also
I don't want to
That's
hear
true.
shit.
I mean, I'll share the money from the contract,
Yeah,
but this is the stuff that I looted. I rolled for this stuff.
he did. He's the one that
Ditto.
found
I
it.
get a chance.
I
to
keep
loot?
what's in that fucking magical box. though.
No, you weren't present.
Can I get a chance to loot?
This was the only thing of value. Everything else had zero value.
Yeah, I have
Um,
a
There
bunch
were
of
some spice
candles and
pouches.
some glass jars.
Yeah, the spice is the only other thing of real value. There's
Yeah,
a lot of glass
uh,
vials, which
Glass
I mean,
vials,
you could
yeah.
Only
sell.
glass
useful to
jars.
me.
I want money.
I got dibs on the magic box, and that's with me.
I mean, unless you open it as something that's not useful to you.
I like how Ogden
That
is just taking the magic box for himself because he knows he's the only one that can open it, or not open it, but figure out how to open it. I guess. AI painting of the dank dungeoneers, dude. That's amazing. Fucking
looks pretty human made to me.
how
So
so?
again, it's never mind.
Oh. Oh my god. I like how there's just like a clear stash there. I didn't even notice that originally.
Clear stash
Yeah.
of what? Where?
Pot. At least I assume that's what it's supposed to be.
What it looks like.
Probably.
Yeah.
The word dank was in there.
Yeah, it makes sense.
If possible, I'd like to get this mysterious dagger appraised or identified.
Yeah. This was kind of like Boris was walking by this anyways as he was heading to
Yeah.
meet you guys.
How
we'll
much
get to
did I
that.
get from that?
400 gold.
Damn.
Oh,
Most of that was from the bands.
I figured.
All of that string probably cost like 3 gold. Or 5 gold.
Yeah.
So
Just out of curiosity, was there anything else that you lost in transit that we might keep an eye out for if we're out and about?
Not that I know off the top of my head.
Do you know who might have ordered some glass jars or candles?
Probably the alchemist. What I would assume.
Okay.
Anyways,
Well,
you have
thank
a
you.
great rest of your
Bye.
day.
Me too. I might
And
be back to buy some jewelry next time. We'll see.
that would be appreciated.
hmm
We'll even offer you a slight discount for returning our merchandise. Slight.
I'll walk on out.
Alright, and you will head over to the Lumina house, which pretty much matches up timing-wise with the carriage coming out and the rest of your party parking in front of the house. So,
I'm gonna walk up to Colorus and ask, like the whole parking the thing. It's like, so, take care of that contract business.
They are sending somebody out to investigate and make sure that it is actually gone, but then we'll
So,
figure it out.
Guess
That's
those
gonna
urgency
take some
Squidward?
time.
what did you say, Roach?
Are you finished with those errands yet, Squidward?
Oh.
I'm gonna say, well, I bet that's gonna take some time.
I said about an hour.
About a
I'm
fucking
sure-
hour. Do they hire quicklings or some shit for this?
Depending how they choose to get out there, I did it pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's
I'm sure
not
they
far
have somebody
out.
who can. Yeah, I'm sure with a horse you could get there, like a horse without a carriage or anything, and get there
Yeah.
really easy.
On horseback, you can make it there in like 40 minutes.
Yeah, make
And
it
if
there,
they-
but what about back?
And if they have a sending spell at the same time, they can
Yeah.
send word
Fair
back
enough.
before they even get back.
Fair point.
Easy. Or even just a sending stone.
Um,
It could be more economical than having every single one of your runners.
um,
No sending. You just have them take a sending stone before they leave.
Right. So you guys are now in front of the Illumina's house, or Illumina house. What now?
Knock on the door.
You'll knock on the door. There'll be about 30 seconds or so before you start to hear footsteps approaching the door. And you'll watch it just pull it open. And there, standing, you will see yeah, you've not met. There will be a male, kind of tall, taller than all of you.
That's not hard.
Yeah, not hard. He's probably about 6'1". Appears to be human, as most of the Knights of Sarun are. Has slick black hair. Jawbone sent me more of AI pictures. A bunch. Wow. Wait, were they all the same words or different? Was actually dope. So he is, like most of the knights, muscular, well built. Kind of has this dark, gloomy look to him. It's true. Tall,
Dare you.
kind of. He looks kind of like a gloomy fellow, but he will look down at all of you and say, "Hey, how can I help you guys?"
I'm
We
just gonna
have
fill 'em in.
a little bit more information on the cult. I think we need to talk to what's her name again? I forgot.
Keen mind.
Yeah, Keenmind. Player forgot.
It's pinned in players only.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes.
All the council members are pinned in players
Oh,
only.
the council. That's right. She's a
Yeah.
council member. I forgot about that.
Moira.
Moira. Yeah, we need to talk to Moira.
Yeah, we need to talk to Dr. Halsey.
Halsey ballsy.
That's right.
The physical description Noah gave, my first thought was Dr. Halsey from Halo.
Yeah, I'll go grab her. He'll like close the door, and you'll hear him walk away. And probably about a minute or so later, he'll come back and open the door and say, "Yeah, go ahead and come in. I'll lead you right to her."
Thanks.
And he'll open the door for all of you to walk in. This time it's a little more populated. You can see that there's a couple other knights that are off in another room, sitting on a couch just chatting.
I'm gonna wave as we go past them.
You don't go past them. You see them off
No.
the side.
Can I still wave?
They don't see you, but sure.
Darn.
They're
Hurts Can't be
minding
friends.
their own business. The figure will lead you up the staircase, which is actually around the corner. I need to have some of these like houses that you guys are gonna be entering a lot. I need maps for these. So
Note to
I'll
self,
have to do that.
Note to self: get child harness and leash for Kate.
um,
Get one of those backpacks with a leash attached to it. To
Yeah.
that might be amazing.
For
Don't do
shit
it.
parents that don't know how to do their fucking jobs.
I mean, some children are just
I mean,
a
yeah,
handful,
some.
but
Yeah, but
the
how often are
amount-
they? The amount of people who are using it that are justified versus those who aren't.
Yeah, no. I'm saying that there are some that are justified in using, but majority are not.
Take care of your fucking crotch goblins, you cocks.
I agree.
Anyway,
Yeah, so he will lead you around, head up the stairs, and then head up a second set of stairs, and then a third set of stairs, pretty much to the top of the building.
Is this a building or an MC Escher painting?
It's a huge ass mansion, is what it is. So, sorry, make sure I remember names.
Names.
Names. So, he'll lead you up to a room, then knock on the door. You'll hear Moira's voice say, "Come in." He'll open the door and say, "Ma'am, I brought them to you." And he'll step to the side and let you guys walk in. And he'll peek back and say, "Do you need me to bring anything?" He'll look back and say, "No worries, I have Sith bringing me some." "Thank you, Sigmund." Talk to Jin. She'll be able to fill you in on your next mission. He'll just nod his head, close the door, and you hear him walk away. And what you walk into, I think I said, but it's a study room. You can see that there is the desk that Moira was just working at. She is now standing up and turning to all of you. You can see that there's like bookshelves and filing cabinets and all sorts of typical stuff that you would find in sort of a home office study type room. So she'll turn around and stand up and walk over towards you guys and gives a very formal greeting, holds out her hand to shake hands, and she'll apologize. I don't have any chairs for you.
it's alright. We can stand.
Is there any like magical chairs we can make?
Are you a conjuration wizard?
Unfortunately, not.
Then no.
That's a shame.
Sigmund.
Brandon, you're muted.
I
Rip
use
that
silent
guy.
image to make a chair for Kaylin.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Okay,
Just
as you go to
sit
sit on the
down in
chair, I assume.
No, I'm gonna say, oh, thank you, buddy. But since he went through all that hard work, he should sit in it.
I'll just dismiss the spell.
Ogden is going to audibly facepalm.
Anyway,
I'm
I
going
will
to
reach into
just
my
do
bag and pull out the documents that I read and translated from Goblin and hand them to her. We found these while on a contract for the Adventuring Guild.
Can I get
thought
a
they
bag
might
of
be,
holding to carry a chair around now?
No.
We're in a goblin fight. There's like one.
I'm gonna buy a folding chair.
There's one goblin
the
left.
chair!
It's Kaylin with a chair. We find those poor
Yes!
goblins. That's how one of them dies. I'm hitting him with a chair.
Alright, DM, can we make it canon that I sell this armor stand and use it to buy a folding chair?
We'll deal
We
with that
just tie one of the
afterwards.
goblins down. Just start beating him with a chair.
If we get there, we'll get there.
That's
Uh,
better than no answer.
all right, that's amazing. I hate you both.
I'm going
What's
to
this from
also
the top of
fill
the
her
stairs?
in.
It's Jada with a chair!
I'm also going to fill her in on the condition
my
of
God.
the prisoners and also make a point to say these are not the first round of prisoners that they've had. The first ones or the other ones they seem to have were sold off as slaves.
It's possible that the slaves could be going to the cult as well.
That would be really
We should
unfortunate.
figure out where the slaves are going. Yeah.
They said that somebody picked up the slaves, but it's very possible that it could be the cult buying the slaves from the goblins in order to use as labor or something.
Is there any record of who has fought them?
No.
I doubt
The only
goblins would keep any
document,
records.
the only documents you have is the ones that Cole's read.
We know that the leader of the goblins, presumably the leader, is named Moss Knuckles. They're headed towards the big mountain. There's a lot of other divisions of
Actually,
these goblins. than other
that was an
ones.
oversight on my part. There would have been another name mentioned. Gab of the Evil Fae.
Gab of the Evil Fae.
Yes.
Does it seem like
I think I
a?
knew who that was.
That's in addition.
Yeah. No, that was a name briefly mentioned in the documents.
Is it like a
GAB.
Gab of?
Yeah, Gab
Evil Fae?
of.
Does it seem like a title for Moss Knuckles, or
No.
a completely different?
Different person.
It
Probably the dude who
Probably
summoned
the
Fae.
caster, yeah.
Yeah.
There's more divisions of them. Something about Azul, who I believe I'm gonna go research after this, unless she knows something.
Can't
Okay.
say I've heard the name.
There's a secret hideout somewhere. Our familiars followed the trail of the cultists that left from here to somewhere. We could retrace those steps as well, and we also have a familiar following the goblins to wherever they're going. They're potentially the same place, but we don't know yet.
Mm.
And there's some sort of secret plan within the cult using the goblins, but that's about all. We do know who the leader of the cult is, though.
Hmm.
Callan Tarkal.
Ah, yes. We investigated him actually. He's a longtime friend of Bay of Solid Mantle. I believe you did have somewhat met.
He was a tiefling on trial, yes?
Yes. They grew up together. Neighbors.
Well, that explains why he became involved with the cult, then.
Yes. Supposedly Callan is the one that sort of set that concept into motion from what we've gathered. Talked to his family members and people that were close to him. Said that he found some mysterious temple deep in a dungeon, and when he came back out, he was a different person.
Remember, kids, say no to evil cults.
So,
And jungle
we had to
temples.
assume he maybe came out possessed or something. It's hard to say, but okay. Is there any other mentions of what might be in these divisions? Do you assume it's goblins? Is there?
I would assume it's more groups of goblins of this sort. Do maybe some dirty work, maybe gather supplies and slaves.
That would make
Given the
sense.
other
Actually-
jobs in the area of orcs and hobgoblins, I would like to operate under the assumption the orcs and hobgoblins are working with them, but we have no confirmation.
Since we
I
know
think-
that they are involved with the cult, there is now reason to believe that they may also be in league
going
with the
to-
cult.
Wait, you said Azul, right?
Yes.
You watch the show walk over to her desk real quick and start like scattering through papers that she has that she seemed to be reading before you guys came in, and then eventually like stops as she finds one and says, "Here it is. Azul. Sister of Sashul Tal."
Oh, well, that explains something.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's all I seem to have on it. There might be some at the university's library. You can go talk to Professor Deer. He is an old friend.
He's a friend of mine as well, actually.
Oh, well, that works perfectly fine.
I've been meaning to go see him anyway.
Yes. Well, first off, thank you for taking care of that goblin encampment.
I wanted to talk
There
more
were
about
actually a few goblins that got away as well. That were the ones that we believe are that we are following currently. Actually, Jada, we are following them, right? Your familiar is still alive.
Can I check if my familiar is still alive?
I have a feeling you would feel the
Has he?
severed
Yeah,
connection.
has he felt or has she felt the connection disappear?
Not yet.
Okay.
That
I was
definitely brings feelings of hope.
All right. She'll turn to Ogden. Hey, you had something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I wanted to discuss. I wanted to kind of elaborate further on the whole working out a, we'll say, strategy to. Look, there's a lot of these. Ogden's saying this a lot better than I can. Obviously, when your IRL charisma is 5, but basically, I would like to entertain the idea that a lot of these guys are working together. I do feel it
think
would
we
be
are.
more likely that they are working towards the same end, although it's very possible that it is unknowingly. I feel a lot of the things that are going on because I'm gonna stress the fact that these guys had this was a very well maintained operation. Like they had people, they had backup there in like a like that.
From what I can gather from this message now, knowing that Azul, which it mentions, seems to be who the goblins may have been following, and if it's the sister to Satchel Toth, then I don't think it's unknowing that they are working towards the
No,
same
no,
goal.
I'm talking about the other ones,
Maybe, but
like the orcs.
The orcs and hobgoblins.
Yeah, I mean the hobgoblins are less. I'm gonna say they're more likely that they're of the same kind of like operation or outfit, but you never know. You normally, brigand bands of this variety tend to stay within their own kind of, we'll say, culture or race or whatever the fuck you want to say it. You don't often find goblins and orcs fighting alongside each other. Unless you do in this world. Do we?
Find orcs and hobgoblins fighting along each other?
Orcs and regular goblins.
Oh, orcs wouldn't really want to work with any other race, as far as you guys would know.
Exactly. So,
but it's also possible that the orcs have nothing to do with this. Again, we haven't been to that camp. It's possible the hobgoblins even.
You also
have
know
nothing
the
to do with
orc
this.
camp is a good distance away.
Yeah.
I mean, they were like this cult operation was able to fucking effectively hold an entire city ransom. I wouldn't put them against, I wouldn't hold it. I wouldn't be surprised if they had the resources to pull off a massive operation like this.
Well, they held a city ransom because they had a bomb that was placed to kill a lot of people. That's not necessarily hard to do. As terrible as that sounds.
Thank you.
In
We're all on
an undeveloped fantasy world, it would actually probably be somewhat easy, yeah. Especially to a large city that's fairly open.
Even still, we need to kind of take these things into consideration.
Yes, we do, but we also need to gather facts before trying to overwhelm ourselves with ideas.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how we gather the facts.
Regardless, you all should take rest. I'm sure you all have had a busy couple of nights, so you should clear this from your minds for right now. Rest, and if I have any more information to share with you, I'll seek you out. You're staying at Gregovic's, if I recall correct.
Yes.
Except for Kaylin, yes.
I figured.
Unless Kaylin's decided to stay with us now.
I can either go
with
to
her
the
family.
Yes, I can either go to the last house or Gregovic's. It's no trouble. So,
we're all
I'll be
staying.
seeing you
The
then.
majority of us staying at Gregovic, so
I'll be seeing you.
Indeed.
You have, if I'm not here, 1 second. Why did she not come back? And Moira will stand up and walk past you guys and open the door, and you'll hear her call out, Sith? Sith? You'll hear a call back like, yeah? Can you come here? And then you won't even hear a response. You'll just hear like sprinting upstairs. Before a female, once again human. She'll get to the top of the stairs and then stop. She's has a copper toned skin. She has her hair like pulled back tightly into a bun, which is sort of a darker blonde. Like as I've said, a lot of the knights seem to have like the same sort of stature. They're decently tall. Sith specifically
Tall, dark,
is like,
and gloomy.
yeah, Sith, she's not all dark and gloomy, but she's actually probably the opposite of that. She's more of like a bright sun. Like she like gives off just happiness, I guess.
That's nice.
And sort of like an opposite form of how like you look at the other guy, Sigmund, and you're just kind of like, oh, kind of feel sad just looking at this guy. This, you kind of look at her and you're like, oh, makes me feel happy for some reason.
Is there a familiar resemblance between the two of them?
Not really.
Is she the happy sibling?
They don't appear to be related, from what you can tell. She's actually she's even
twins,
taller
that would
than
be
him.
amazing.
She's actually 6'3". So
Just be the really gloomy brother and the really just like happy-go-lucky sister, something like that.
But
Isn't that from somewhere? I feel like I've
That's
seen
like
that's
a trope.
such a common trope. Yeah, that's
fair.
all over the place. So, so yeah, she will stop at the top of the stairs and look at you guys. You guys kind of walk out at the same time, kind of wondering what's going on. Moira will turn to you guys and say, this is my second in command, Captain Sith. If you ever have any issues and I'm not around, feel free to go to her. She'll turn to you guys and say, this is Kaylin, Jada, Horus, Ogden. If they ever come
They
by,
might be introduced.
just help them out in any way you can, Sith. And Sith will just like nod her head really quickly and say, I can do that. That sounds wonderful. Are you guys adventurers? That's so cool.
Yes.
Do you want to be an adventurer?
No. I guess in a sense kind of do that already. But no, I enjoy
She's just
what I
in
do.
she's just in a much bigger party than me.
That's fair.
Exactly. Wow,
Have any cool stories from your time here?
Wow.
Any you can share anyway?
She kind of like eyes over at Moira, and Moira's like,
Let's talk about this over dinner or lunch or
yes, a
whatever
later
time it is right
date.
now.
You guys
get
once again
stories
should get some rest. But if you ever need Sith's help, she'll be able to help you at a much more available pace than I can sometimes. So
Does it seem that every single one of the Knights of Sauron is human, not just the ruling house that
majority
controls
of them are human. You've not seen one that's not human thus far.
them? Okay.
But Moira will like start returning to her study and say, Sith, if you could just wait them out. And if you guys have anything that you might need, just talk to Sith. She can help you. And she'll head back into her study. You see as she closes the door and presumably goes back to work. Sith will turn at all of you and kind of cheerfully say, so, let's go then.
Cool.
And she'll start walking down the stairs at a rapid pace. Eventually, when you guys get to the bottom of the stairs, she'll start walking towards the front door and say, "Hey, Anything you guys need? Food, snacks, tea,
spell
coffee,
her
alcohol. Sith?
Yeah.
Like Star Wars.
Okay.
You got any recommendations on food? around here?
You're from around
You're-
here, Kaylin. You should
Yeah.
know what food is good.
I haven't been here in a while. Might be some new shops.
I mean, there's this cute little shop over in the Emporium, Gregorvik's Emporium. I don't know if you've been there, but it's super cool. There's
You're actually
this
staying at Gregovic's place.
really.
so, yes.
I met him once. He's really gloomy. Cool.
He's interesting.
Yes. There's this little shop that sell these little cookies, and they have like filling in the cookies. I think they're called macaroons or something. They're my personal favorite. Yeah, you can go there, try one of those. Trust me, you'll be hooked. As for like more of a substantial meal, I guess. It's a good question. Good question.
It's still pretty early in the morning, right? So it's still like breakfast time. Because it was like break of dawn whenever we got in.
Yeah, it's now. It's probably
So it's
like 6 in the morning now. We'll say.
probably not time to go get macarons.
I think it's
What's the
always time to
fantasy
get
equivalent?
macarons.
What's the
Okay.
fantasy equivalent of Waffle House?
Yeah, where are the best waffles in town? Is what Colress is gonna ask because it is breakfast time.
It's just called Waffle House.
It's just called House of Waffles.
Where would Gregorvik be at this time? I'm assuming
Probably
at his
his,
office.
his shop. Yeah. I would say.
I'd like to go there.
Yeah, I'm going to say, look, guys, can we go see Gregorvik now?
You can go see Gregovic. I don't think I really have any business with Gregovic right now.
Nope.
Let's go see Gregorvik.
Bye, you two. But
Okay, then.
if you want like good breakfast food, they're Mid-Rose Tavern, I guess.
Okay.
It's over
Okay.
underneath
go?
the park. I won't hold you up any longer. You guys enjoy.
Thanks. Well, I know where Professor Dia lives as well, since I have known him for a while.
Yeah, you would know.
Good question.
I'm gonna head over to Professor Dia's house and see if he wants to join us
Yeah,
for
it
breakfast.
would be
I would
much
just
next to
follow
the
along,
academy.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much right above the Mid-Rose Tavern. So yeah, while you
If
go
we
and
can
do
just-
that, because it'll take you longer to get over there than it would take them to get the E. It'd be about the same distance actually.
They can do Gregovic first.
Yeah, we'll do Gregorvik's first. So you guys head down to Gregorvik's.
Here,
The Emporium's fairly empty. It's still early in the morning, but they are open.
We don't have the mall walkers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of since how big of a tourist city Salem is, it seems to accommodate a lot of people that might not be able to come out during the morning or something, or people that might work overnight or something. Like it accommodates for that. So a lot of these shops are usually open 24/7, or at least close to that. They might close for like an hour or two at like midnight or something, but most places appear to be open, throughout the night. Gregorvik's obviously is or the Emporium, so that way I don't create confusion. But the Emporium is pretty much the same. So yeah, you wander in. There's several workers kind of there, ready to talk and help people and direct them to where they need. One of them will walk up to you guys and say, "Oh, welcome, early shoppers. I see. What can I get you started on today?"
We need to talk to Gregorvik.
Oh,
I need a magic item identified.
all
Well,
right.
it might not even be
It's
magic,
related
I
to
don't
that.
know.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhat.
She'll turn to one of her coworkers and say, "Could you help her?" And she'll the one that's helping both of you right now will say, "Sir, if I was it started with an O. Started with an O.
Ogden.
Ogden, thank you. Yes, Gregovic said that he had some esteemed guests, one of which was a dwarf named Ogden. So I'll feel free to follow me, and I'll take you up to his office." And she'll start leading you along all the way to the top of the Emporium, and stopping at Gregovic's office, knocking on it and saying, Mr. Gregovic, Ogden's here to see you. And he'll say, just a second, you can go ahead and head back. And she'll head back, and before she head back, she'll say, if you end up needing anything else, you know where to find me. She'll head back down. After a couple minutes, you see as Gregovic opens the door and will let you in and offer you to sit before he returns to his own seat. You see that he has like just these big books that appear to be stuff that he's keeping personally, records or something.
Paperwork for a place that size must be terrifying.
So, Gregovic will kind of like close these books, and he'll turn his attention to you and say, Ogden, if it isn't my favorite dwarf, how may I assist you today? You'll go to beat up?
Well, I'm just, and this is all manner of joviality whatsoever is completely gone from Ogden at this point. It's I'm going to fill him in on everything that's happened.
That's honestly understandable.
Yeah. First, I'm going to fill him in on everything that's happened, and I'm going to bring up. You remember that conversation that you and I had? Admittedly, it was late at night, and I again apologize for intruding on that circumstance.
Was this about the gauntlet, if I recall correctly?
Yeah, but I think that we get the cats out of the bag so long as they don't go the party. Anyway, somewhat.
All right.
I think I'm going to need. No, I'm basically trying to convey that these two things will very much help in this endeavor, because the shit is about to hit the fucking fan.
We're going to fight a cult.
Can't be left unprepared. I don't want to call on the. It's not like we can call on the Knights of. What is it, Sauron?
Sauron,
Sauron.
yeah.
Sauron, yeah.
I mean, they're the ones taking care of it right now.
Yeah, I know, but it's not like they can be everywhere at once.
Yeah.
They can't be everywhere at
we
once.
We don't really know how many of them there are.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very fair.
It's not like we can just snap our fingers and there's a legion of these guys, wherever we
That'd be
need
fun,
them to
though.
be.
Yet. Not yet.
I don't think you're ever going to get to that point. But
You say that, but
still, I think it's imperative right now that we equip ourselves for every eventuality. And also, well, I really don't want to bring a knife to a gunfight. Well, whatever equivalent medieval version.
I don't
of
want
that
to
would be.
bring a crossbow or a knife to a crossbow fight.
I don't want to bring a rock to a sword fight.
A rock to
That'll
a
work, too.
sorcerer fight.
Crossbow to a ballista fight.
There's a lot of equivalents, huh? Yes, I fully understand that and quite aware. So, what components do you have for your gauntlet, or whatever it is you wish to call it?
Well, is what I have right now or what I need?
What you have, and then what you need.
Well, what I have is I have the basic schematics and the whatever the equivalency would be, let's say wiring or whatever we would say. I have basically the skeletal frame of what it should be. I just need the more exotic bits like the eye of the like an eye of a cyclops. Is a primary one.
Cyclops eye. He watches Hill grab a book from underneath his desk, or like he'll pull out a drawer on his desk and then pull out a book. And I mean, this thing's fucking huge. Like even if you like put both your like arms as a stocky dwarf together, it still wouldn't even be half the size of this book. Like it's massive. And you quickly realize why. Yeah, like you quickly realize why as he like starts flipping through it. I mean, it takes a lot of effort to flip through this thing, but it still seems like he's so familiar with the book, oddly, that he pretty much flips right to the page he needs to, and then starts moving his finger down as he's looking through text. Fortunately, I've not seen a Cyclops eye in 3 years. Not exactly a common piece in this part.
Alright.
Sure, if I contacted a business partner, either Fighter or Ignis, you tribes of Cyclopses out there. But that would still be a couple weeks to get here.
Damn it all.
What else?
Well, second, actually, I have an actual list. 1 second. Where the hell did I put the... which page is it on? Oh, it is on this page. Let's see. Cyclops eye. I'm going to need... Where the fuck did I put it? Oh, there it is. I'm going to need... Well, actually, I think we have those glass vials. So I think that's actually good. I do have that. I'm going to need... I'm going to need nerve fibers from the solar plexus of a humanoid.
I can't tell you that, even if I was willing to attain it, which I'm not.
It doesn't have to be a sentient creature. An ogre or something of that similar variety.
I'll work something out with that, I guess.
Let's see what else. Oh, and this is going to be the biggest bitch here. We need a dragon spinal fluid. Doesn't have to be from any specific dragon. It doesn't even have to be an adult dragon. It just says a draconid, so I think any type of dragon ancestry creature or something, maybe.
Unfortunately, it would be highly illegal to obtain that. Currently, the endangerment laws against dragons. So hunting them is highly illegal. However, if it's self-defense...
Basilisks? Are basilisks part dragons?
I suppose that could work.
Hey, Chloris, hold still.
It doesn't have... Yeah. I mean, you can extract spinal fluid without killing it. It'd be a painful process without painkillers, but...
Get the dragon high.
But yeah, it could be like anything from a basilisk to anything that has a draconic tinge to it.
Are there any death row inmates that have dragon blood in them?
Motherfucker.
I
might be crazy, but I'm not
Could you
Mengele.
take Chorus's spinal fluid? It would count as dragon spinal fluid?
I'm just saying, if there is a death row inmate
But
and they're
anyways,
going to die, they could benefit society.
Maybe.
After committing some atrocious, heinous crime.
By the way, you're not there.
I'm just saying.
One quick question, Ogden. Exactly did you come up with all this?
How exactly did I come up with all of this? Like the idea?
Yes.
Most people would think I'm insane, but let's be honest, most people are in this world. A combination of dreams and, let's say, bursts of inspirations that came after serious contusions.
How do you know it'll work?
Dreams and brain damage.
Because other texts that I have found have shown this being attempted before, always with different results.
These texts come from where?
Ancient traditions of basically alchemy tomes.
I've read many of these tomes. And most of them are questionable at best, and there's a reason why, well, nothing like this has ever come about. Because it just typically didn't work.
Inside a
What are you fucks giggling about?
chat.
Do I roll stealth to tap my teammate's spinal fluid?
Inside of hand. And medicine.
Yeah, I think no matter what, if you are taking someone's spinal fluid, they'll notice.
Yeah.
He's high.
It's how you wouldn't need a little stove.
It's like boiling
super painful.
it's like boiling the lobster after it gets high.
Oh god.
Gotta protect the creature before you kill it.
I like my spinal fluid with wine, so.
Jesus.
And only one person is gonna get that.
Damn, bro, you into some shit.
No, it's an Attack on Titan reference. So
I'm also going to well, this I guess would be the perfect time to divulge some backstory stuff here. I'm going to say that admittedly I have been driven by desperation before. And while this isn't exactly something that I want you to be very certain that I'm not taking the situation lightly in the slightest.
I'm sure. Don't doubt that in the least.
Look, I'm dying. No. I mean, I'm actually dying. I might put on a jovial face most of the time, but that's not the case. I want you to picture something for me. Imagine, every single moment of your existence is like being dunked into ice cold water, but you don't get the benefit of going numb. Every single movement I make is agony. My tendons are falling apart. My bones are cracking. I can barely move my fucking hands anymore. Without this, I don't have any other options. No healer can fix me. It's something that goes deeper than just a physical malady.
Were you cursed or something? I know I'm not there, but
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
you were there, though.
going from a logistics, going from this kind of standpoint, it's you can't exactly regeneration or anything like that can't exactly fix a genetic defect.
that's fair.
All I was thinking when
Reincarnate can.
Can.
You gotta die for that to work, though.
Exactly.
all I was thinking when he was saying all that was like the dude from SpongeBob, where he's like, every day I wake up and I break my and I break my legs and then my arms, and then I fall downstairs and break my neck. The chocolate guy.
glass bones and paper skin.
Yep, that guy.
You watch as Gregovic kind of just stands up casually and says, Ogden, how long do you think I've been alive?
I don't know. You're what? Hundreds of years old?
Probably.
Probably.
Honestly,
this
I
bring loose?
kind of stopped keeping count after the first 100 or so. It was 300, 400. I've seen many like you, geniuses known. All they try to do is prolong their lives. Doesn't work out like that. Fortunately, there's a natural balance to life. Will die. Some people are able to come back from that. Some are able to stop themselves from dying for an amount of time. Some are just cursed with everlasting life. What makes you different than any of them? Why should I help you?
Do you know how old I am?
200.
I'm 65. I'm barely an adult by most dwarven standards.
You're well past an adult for human standards.
By my calculations, I only got about 25 left. I don't want to live forever. I just want the pain to stop. I want to find a way to keep the pain away. Do you know why I'm constantly chugging out of this bottle? And I'm just hold up my flask.
Alcoholism is the perfect way to cope with pain.
No, it's not the alcohol. The alcohol is there to mask the taste. It's to keep me from vomiting. This is the pain medication that I've concocted for myself. And it's slowly losing its effectiveness. It has been for the past decade.
You hope that experimenting on your own body will save you of this pain?
I would rather experiment on myself than others.
That's admirable.
I'll accept the responsibilities for my own actions. Their consequences. Or sorry, the consequences for my own actions. And I'll know that they are going to... I'm basically saying that I'm the one that's... If there's any fuck-ups, it's going to be me that's being harmed. Nobody else.
Very well, then. I'll help you with what I can. Leave a list of the things that you needed for whatever you were mentioning. I'll figure out what I can, but expect most of the items to be here in 3 to 4 weeks.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great rest of your day.
You as well.
Jada, you were getting your item identified.
Yep,
doesn't take
and
much
have
time.
no knowledge of what just happened there.
It is a dagger of warning.
Is this like Sting?
Yeah.
Like
Like
Lord of the
Sting.
Rings, it glows blue?
I'm gonna say it glows blue now just because you mentioned it, but
Hey!
but yeah, it magically awakens you and your companions within range of if any are asleep or sleeping naturally when combat begins.
Oh damn! This is basically like
and
an
you
alarm
actually
spell.
you also have advantage while you have it. Actually,
That's amazing.
while it's on your person, you don't even have to be using it. That's actually dope.
Mm.
I missed. I completely ran over that.
Those require attunement, unfortunately.
I mean, hey, to have advantage on initiative rolls is a pretty nice thing.
Yeah,
I do not have anything else to spend that
Yeah,
I do miss level.
attunement on at the moment.
yeah. I mean, that's just a good item to always have at some point for people.
I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah,
So,
Fucking send it, bro.
I'll tune to that.
On the other side, Chorus and Kalen, you were both heading to meet with Professor Deer.
Yes.
Yep.
So you have arrived outside his. Most of the houses here are kind of set up in complexes. They're all like attached to each other and sort of make up condos and apartments. Especially outside the campus, where mostly it's students and professors living. But yeah, you recall being here a couple of times, Chorus, and find your way up to his door. And it's even labeled Professor Deer's.
Professor Doors.
Professor Doors deer.
Yeah.
Real
I didn't know
fake
there was a petting
doors.
farm here.
God,
Real fake doors.
bruh, I just watched my kilobytes per second drop down to 400 and then jump up to 10,000. Holy shit!
boy.
What? What?
Hey guys, this is just a reminder. Jada carries a scalpel in her pocket, not the bag of holding.
It keeps jumping up to 10,000 randomly. Okay, what the fuck? All right. So, yeah,
Okay,
you.
I'll, knock on the door.
Yep. You can hear the heavy steps as the figure comes close to the door, which you do also notice. The door is obviously wider, for accommodation.
Mm-hmm.
As you watch as the door will open in front of you, and you will see the old figure of Professor Deer, the long-living turtle.
How old is he? Does anybody actually know?
Portals live to be like 50.
Most,
He's much
yes.
older.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I did
So-
specify in your backstory that he has a
Yeah.
naturally long life compared to his kin.
And nobody knows how he has
Yeah.
such a long life.
Just
Just that he's extremely old.
It's kind of a Master
This is-
Oogway situation. He'll die
Yeah,
when he
pretty
wants.
much, yeah.
Basically.
It's like, all right, it's my time. Peace out, bitches.
Yep.
I'll leave when I want to leave.
I'll leave when it's convenient for plot purposes.
Yeah.
I'll leave when it's
So,
most inconvenient for you.
Literally, it's in the
we-
notes I put for Chorus. It's literally it's unknown how he has exceeded his race's normal lifespan, but he keeps it a well guarded secret.
Mhm.
Can I sell the armor stand while I was at Gregovic's?
Sure.
Are you gonna
How
buy a
much can I
chair
get
too?
for it?
Are you, do you, a basic wooden armor stand, 5 gold.
Okay. How much would a folding chair cost?
A gold? Depends on the quality, I guess. Do you want like
I'll-
comfortable, or do you want hard plastic that's gonna hurt your ass?
They
I'll come
need
back
like
to that.
Okay.
Hold on, I was
Really,
like,
I
what-
heard a goblin if you smack it.
Oh,
What we really
um,
need is the regenerating folding chair of Orton. It's a folding chair that when you break it over somebody's head,
we need
all you need to
Virgil's
do is hold
chair.
it back up in the air and regenerates.
Virgil's chair.
It's
oh
an
my
endless folding chair to break over
God.
somebody's head.
I've seen- I would like to find someone who sells more illegitimate goods.
We'll get to that next week.
Oh, also
Okay.
that box.
Yeah, we'll get to that next week.
Magic box.
Because we're getting close to wrap up time, and I want to let this at least get started. Where you guys are talking to Professor Deer. So Professor Deer will kind of like open the door, and he'll step back a little bit and say, "Oh my word! It couldn't be.
It is. I was in town. I figured I'd stop by. Got a little bit to talk about as well.
I haven't seen you in. Wow. Come in.
Probably.
Come in.
Yeah.
He'll kind of like tilt his head and
Good.
he'll look at you and say, "You friend?"
Oh, this is Kalen Lethalus of Philatulus.
Well,
Pleasure
apologies
to meet
for
you.
my rudeness.
Kalen, this is Professor Deer. He's a good friend of my family.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Hmm.
Was most pleasurable to meet you, heir to the Lathlas house. I've done much work with your grandfather. And he'll let you guys come in and say, I don't really have anything for food or drink, really. I don't stay around much.
Where would you like
Alright,
to
I
go?
think
Let's
we
go
can-
get dinner?
Yeah, we can
Or
go get something.
Breakfast?
Yeah,
There's a
that
few
sounds
things to talk
spectacular.
about, but I don't think anything necessarily that has to be in private.
Okay. I do have a morning class here in an hour, so let's hurry up then.
Yeah, yes.
Quickly.
So he'll
How about we just catch up for now and we can talk business later.
yeah, that's fine for me.
Okay.
You guys will
We also have a couple of other friends who might want to talk with you as well.
so are you gonna stay in here and talk or actually go to the Mid-Rose Tavern?
We'll go to the Midrose Tavern, get some
Alright.
lunch and or some breakfast and just have some
Are you
friendly
chatting?
conversation with him, and then set up a time to come meet him with the rest of the
Right.
crew so that everybody can be here for the conversation.
Alright, so we'll
The big
do
one.
yeah. We'll leave off with that. So yeah. Okay. That's where we'll leave. That's a great stopping point.
Perfect.
I figured it makes it a better place to stop too.
For
so.
future me, when you
Agreed.
come to the stream and you go to the end to try to figure out where you left off, Ogden just left Gregoric's room. Jada is looking to buy
A folding chair!
To sell things.
to sell more things.
Spice pouches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell the glassblower's tools. I'm gonna give Ogden all except 3 of the unknown number of glass vials I found.
And
Hey, do we
then
level up as well?
Please.
yes.
Cool.
Thank God.
I was gonna wait till you guys got the gold from the Adventurers Guild, but I'll just go ahead and give it to you. So
This way
and
we
then,
can prepare
yeah,
this week.
Chorus and
Might have to do a
Kaylin,
time jump or some shit.
Chorus and Kaylin, you guys will be having breakfast with dear old Professor Deer.
What a
Did you
dear.
Say we level up.
Yes.
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 I know, right? Like, I can get more spells and actually get something this level.
So yeah, thank you guys for joining us for the stream. We kept a very high view count, so thank you guys a lot for that. Also,
People
shout
are
out
actually
I
watching
to
noticed that actually.
shout out to Des Unicorn and Red Riding Reaper for the 2 new follows. That's
Wow.
very appreciated.
So where are we at?
What's that get us up to?
We've actually gone down because we were at 47 when we started the stream, and now we're at 48.
Wow.
Awesome.
Rip.
So
So we
Okay.
gained 2, lost 1.
We probably lost
Uh,
a
I
friend.
had to guess. We
well,
lost
because we were
one of
at
the ones we just gained.
49. We're at 49.
So close.
Alright.
When we stopped.
If
so
anybody's
that's
got
worth
any family that's on
Hey.
Twitch,
it.
just
It's fine.
I don't think we're
We'll
allowed to
get it
say so.
organically. I
Pain.
believe in us. I mean, hey, we held a high view account. We had 2 new
Yeah.
followers in 1 stream. So thank you guys.
We're getting there.
That's still a net gain. Exactly.
I currently
Yeah.
have 5 level 1 spell slots.
Oh my god. I see this as an absolute win. So yeah.
Question is, do I
Uh,
take my 2nd level in Wizard, or do I go 5th level in Rogue?
We're gonna leave it a
Mine's
surprise.
definitely going in Warlock.
So, Thank you guys that stuck around for the stream. Shout out to our super awesome fans, Kirby and Jawbone, the real MVPs, keeping chat alive most of the time. Yeah. For any of our newer viewers that might still be in the chat, join our Discord. It's a great way that we can interact with our viewers, as well as we have a lot of important information. We have our campaign info, which will give you a sort of brief beginning to the campaign and give you a bit of an idea, as
We
well
also have
as
memes that we
we have
share.
memes. I was not done with the campaign info, but yes, we also have memes.
Most
You
are
can see
stolen.
you can
so
see our
feel
dice
free-
rolls now.
Yeah. In our campaign info, we also have maps, so that way you can at least try to follow along. I'm going to try to get some more maps for various places that the party frequent, as well as character info. That way you can understand what characters are being played currently. Memes. We have memes. And
Yes,
more
we have
memes.
Mhm.
As well as our dear old chorus just said, our dice channel is now public. Anyone can view it while we're playing.
You can watch and agonize with us in
Yeah.
real time.
Yeah.
Sure, the dice hate us
'Cause
at night.
sometimes we tend to not say what our rolls were or something, so that way it allows. Because I've not really figured out a good way to put it on the stream actively, so this was the second best thing I could come up with. Yeah. We also have our YouTube channel. I believe I have one more video to upload, episode 19, which I had to spend 3 hours rendering because I had to edit it all because it was split into 3 different streams because my internet kept cutting out on that night. So I hope to have that episode up. If anyone missed that episode and would like to recap and see the battle that happened with the goblins, because it was quite intense.
It was mildly entertaining.
It wasn't
It was also
Yeah.
I mean, there was still sort of the the intensity.
It was on edge.
Yeah,
I didn't get to do anything.
Yeah.
I got yeeted by a
It's also
fireball
easily
through
our
one.
longest stream by far. Peaking
You
at
did
5
rush him,
hours.
so I mean, I'll just serve as a warning for next time.
I went
As
in to
always, me
rescue
and
the
Colorus were the smart
hostages,
ones.
dude.
Well, yeah, you guys have the highest intelligence. That's just they're just playing their characters. To be honest, it makes sense that Jada would want to rush in to help people. It would make sense that Kaylin would want to
I'm not
stalk.
the monster you think I am.
Yeah, it would make sense that Kaylin would want to stalk the group.
I never
that's
said you were a
exited
monster.
and would want to do it alone since she's
villain.
been a solo person for years.
I'm not
Still
the
getting used to
villain,
this
but I
team
gave the
thing.
impression I am.
I mean, everything that happened in that fight was completely and totally to character and makes total sense considering you guys have never really experienced group combat. Proper group combat.
Yeah.
Your new spells.
We also have our Twitter. You can see our fire announcements.
Today's was actually, it made me laugh.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. And lastly, if you are in the chat and have not followed our stream yet,
Please follow.
really appreciate it. We're getting close to 50. We've kind of been there, right on the edge. So we're trying to get 50 followers. That way we can hit that Twitch affiliate. Once we hit Twitch affiliate, we'll be able to do extra things like channel points, VIPs, get subscriptions.
Honestly, I don't care so much about the subscriptions or the money.
I mean, I don't.
I'm
either,
interested in channel points and what we can do with that.
but I'm worried about
If
it.
we
but
hit Twitch affiliate,
It's okay, just leave me in charge of it.
that's
and then
why
we-
that's the nope. That's definitely not what I want to do. That is the opposite of what I want to do. I saw how you DM'd. I saw how much power the chat had, and
have a
I
question.
saw as it fucked me over.
I don't know why they hated you so much.
Because I fought the chat.
Honestly, I think they just had bloodlust and you were an easy target.
No, they
I
had
have a
bloodlust
question.
for all of us, though. To be honest.
Hey.
Yeah. They had bloodlust for me as the DM.
All right, go ahead, Kaylin.
if we get 50 people and get Twitch affiliate and then lose one person, do we lose Twitch affiliate?
No clue. That's a question you ask Google, not me, Chief.
Here's to hoping we don't find out because
Yeah.
we won't lose people.
Oh god.
That's yeah.
We're
Jonathan,
gonna
that's
end up
all.
making like one of the channel point things like 1,000,000 points, and one day Kirby and Job Owner's gonna hit us with it. We're gonna be fucked.
Million points. It's just TPK.
Yeah. Oh no, I would do that for
Instant
1 point.
TPK. No.
Okay, for 1 point. Oh no.
I mean, are you kidding me? Back when this campaign started, Moon was messaging me for weeks, like giving me ideas on how to TPK you.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Moon is just violent.
Yeah. So.
I will
yeah.
never allow my characters to die.
Yeah, no.
You were the one person that
I
wanted to
will
kill your
fight
character.
for. I will fight for Jada. That said, I have a great backup.
What
So-
a fucker. Yeah, I don't wanna drag this out too long. But thank you guys for sticking with us, and we hope to see you guys next week. We should be live at 6:30 p.m. Central. Be live properly this time. We'll see. Sometimes stuff happens. So that is all I have, and I don't really think there's anything else that needs to be said. So with that, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Brother Will.